know. Niggas know how I'm bumming, nigga. Yeah. Fuck what a nigga say, I feel like Dre. Man, the game is thick. Suckers wanna play and load my K until that bitch click. Big stick, hanging out the bottom of my 4-5. No lie, if I whip it out, somebody gon' die. Only time you hard is on the gram when you go live. Flexing with a tube but never blam, I'ma blow mine. Won't show mine until it's go time. Nah, you can't hold mine. Yeah, I got the whole mine, I'm on the goal line. And I'm going for 6, watch me up the scope. Caught him at the stove, he was with his hoe. Had to let him know, that's your ass, you don't get it past. You reap what you sow. Why you speaking low? Speak up, boy, you been a hoe. Boy, you been a bitch, get off dick, tryna steal my drip. Look up in the air, you see me, I'm fly as bird shit. Never on no nerd shit, why you on that lame shit? You don't want no smoke, you get smoke with who you hang with. You know what I'm saying? Lame ass niggas talking about they on some game shit. Nigga, you was a bitch, nigga. Matter of fact, nigga, you was a hoe. Nah, you ain't no hoe, cause hoes get dope. Man, you pussy ass a cat.
We fucking live, my niggas.
On walk, tell him free to act. Feeling free to rat, you know he told how you sleep with.
Hey, you got that Paul, you ain't go just for sure, you ain't gonna squeeze with that. Yeah, great. Nar was going stupid. Heart2Start Fantasy Podcast, man. We back with y'all, man. We got bye week. Kurt in the bottom. Hey, Kurt, you lead it off tonight, man. You the bye week due to the AOB,
hey,
man.
Man. You gonna try to put me on the spot like that? You know, I earned that. You know, I thought you was gonna have it.
I'm jealous.
I thought you was gonna have it, but you didn't want it, so I had to take it and run with it.
You know that Reggie Miller meme? I choked it, bruh.
Man, nah, you didn't even choke. Wood really choked it, but you know. I ain't trying to get. I ain't talking no mess these 2 weeks. I ain't trying to, you know how the fantasy guys fuck with me these next couple of weeks. We're just gonna play cool and see what happens.
Playoff special we got going on, man. If y'all watching this, that means y'all about to be in the playoffs. Y'all probably in the playoffs because, hey, football get real sad. You start thinking about basketball, man, when you out the playoffs, man. Good luck to everybody. Gucci, JD, talk to me, man. Cuzzo, what's happening?
What's up, man? Playoff special, week 14. The motherfucking marathon is coming to it's coming down to its last leg, bro. These next 3 weeks, 14, 15, 16. It's been a hell of a run, bro, without a doubt. Shout out to the motherfuckers that's been fucking with us for these first 14. Well, shit, even in the offseason, we was dropping shit. So, yeah.
You know? Put in the comments, JD. I got a bye week. You know, he disrespected.
We all in the off, though. Shout out to us, though. We in the offs.
Hey, let's get to one of our guests tonight, man. We the other guests had I had technical difficulties, but they may be able to jump on. But right now we got, man, one of the ones we've been fucking with, man. Y'all know this like family right here. We can't wait till COVID over so we can get together. But we got none other than Bogard ScottFree. What's happening, Brody?
Hey, playoffs, give me money.
Yes, sir. Hey, Bogey of the Gimme Money Network, man.
Yes, indeed. Yes, thank you to the fellas for bringing me on. The playoff is special. You know what I mean?
Special right now, bro. This shit crucial, bro. Man, hey, way to go home, boy. Fishing. Hey, you know we like to say in the leagues. Hey, you got those people who in the playoffs that talk shit like they won it already, man. 11 losers if your league got 12 people, bro. It's 11 losers and 1 winner. Don't be one. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I hate fishing, and I ain't trying to watch basketball yet. Yeah.
I'm telling you, that's what it's going to turn into.
Land.
As a Niners fan, I'm already watching the Dubs. We done.
Yeah. I don't want us to win no more.
Right. I'm gonna be all right without Clay, man.
Competitive losses. That's all I want right now.
You feel me?
Competitive losses. That's how you feel. Y'all tanking again in the Warrior land? We ain't gonna talk about.
I'm talking about the Niners.
Oh, okay. My fault. I was lost right there. You said the Dubs. You know what I mean? I was a little confused. But yeah, man, we getting into that playoff special tonight, man. This shit crucial, man. Like I said, if you watching this, you probably in that shit. And if you not, I mean, shit, take notes, bro. Daily fantasy, maybe that'll get you, you know what I mean? They play the monkey knife fight. You know, we don't really do the monkey knife fight over here. We do the whoever's sponsoring us. We give you spreads, DM us. I give you point spreads. I called a lot of games last week. Kurt be betting. Something he used to, but he still know the spreads, and that's how we gonna do it, man. Y'all come holler at us for real. But shit, let's jump right into it, man. The people here to see these playoff, man. Let's talk about that first game that Tampa Bay and Minnesota. The first question I got for y'all is, can Kirk Cousins continue his streak of 21.5 fantasy points the last 3 games against the Bucks, who haven't really been good against the pass for a while now? So, Bogey, start off, man.
They're a top 3 run defense last time I checked, so it's definitely going to have to happen through the air. Fortunately, Dalvin Cook is a good pass catcher. I will say he can continue to streak this week. Kirk Cousins, you know what I mean? Because we see Justin Jefferson. He's the only rookie that's eclipsed 1,000 through the air, so he got the thou wow. Thielen, he's a red zone machine. You know what I mean? And if they can get Dalvin worked in the pass game too, it's all that's connected to Kirk Cousins. So I'm gonna say yeah.
All that's connected to Kirk Cousins. Yeah. Kirk, what you think, Brody?
I think they can. I think the Bucs is going to put up, a good amount of points. So I think that Minnesota is going to have to keep up with that. And I think as long as they got Dalvin Cook, Kirk Cousins could thrive. Even though Tampa Bay's got the tough run defense and all that, I feel like they've still been putting up numbers. He still put up numbers against the Bears. He still put up numbers against Carolina. So it's not just the bad teams. He's putting up numbers against good teams too. I think there's going to be a lot of more points than people expect. And I think
where's this game at? Are they on the road?
You say what?
Is the Bucs on the road? Is this in
Minnesota?
It's in Tampa.
It's in Tampa.
Okay. They're in Tampa.
Okay. Yeah, and I
do want to eat. He's going to be back close to home. He's a Miami guy, so I think I still like Dalvin this week, even though, like you say, he can catch the ball, he can do other things. I don't think anybody can just shut down Dalvin.
Honestly, I think they're going to need everybody on the Vikings. What you think, JD?
No, I definitely think he can continue the streak of the 21.5 points per game these last 3 weeks. Like how Brody said, they're going to be down. Well, I ain't going to say they just going to be down like that because Tampa ain't been playing too well neither, though, even though they got the number 3 rushing defense in the league. But just overall as a whole, they ain't been playing like their expectations have been. Now, even though they coming off a bye and they had an extra week to prepare for this game, I still don't think that they're going to completely shut Minnesota out. You know what I mean? Minnesota Kirk Cousins been slinging that bitch all over the field. He been throwing for 3 hundos. I don't know if he threw for 3 hundo last game, but I know them first 2 games because I was on the Rumboy shit I think Sunday morning or Friday night, and I had proposed a question going into last week's game was either do I start Cousins? Yeah, I ended up starting Allen. I won the game, but Cousins had the 20-something on the bench for me. So, even though Allen had a little bit more than that.
He threw for 305 last game.
Okay, so that's like 3 straight games, I think.
Yeah.
I got one more thing to add on that is you see a lot of teams giving up on their coach this year, whether it's Patricia or I think they're giving up on Gase in New York. Or who else got fired? They're giving up on
Atlanta's coach got fired.
Quinn.
Yeah, Mike Zimmer was on the hot seat earlier this year, and they picked that shit up. Like, they really planned for their coach. Like, I don't think they want him to get fired. Like, you see the opposite with other teams. You see this case with Minnesota, I think they really playing for their coach, and they trying to, they still got action at the offs too, so they playing for something.
Hey, you know what else too? Like you said, JD, that even though the Bucs are top or one of the top teams against the run, and they're the 4th best pass rush team, but they've allowed the 2nd highest completion percentage in the league. And Kirk Cousins is right around there, which is 65.7 completion percentage. Exactly. So mixing Dalvin Cook, I'm sure the Bucs are favored, but I would definitely like on the spread. I would probably go Minnesota on this one. Yeah. But on the other side, my other question I got for y'all in this game is there's been reports that Arians saying they're going to lean on Ronald Jones and he needs to have 20+ touches. Are the Bucs finally going to lean on him, or are they going to keep allowing Brady to throw 41 times a game?
I think they lean on him. I mean, until he he makes like more than one mistake, because we've already seen Bruce Arians kind of be true to the kid. Like, there was that game he started off the game. I think it was against the Giants on a Monday night. He starts off the game, drops a pass. Then he fumbles one, and they still kept him in there. So, and Ronald Jones needs the volume. And they don't want to have any scenario where, Dalvin Cook he can get going on the other side of the ball. So I think they're going to try to do their best, to own time of possession and not just like, you know what I mean? Because I think that's one thing that's detrimental to them too. If they score fast, you know what I mean, they don't let their defense be fresh on the field. You know what I mean? Like that's when the Bucks start getting picked apart in their secondary.
JD, I see you shaking your head.
No, I mean, I agree. I think they need to let Ronald Jones touch the ball 20 plus times. I mean, for the first 5 weeks of the season, he was a top 3 rushing leader. I don't know if it was a top 5, top 3, but I know he was in the top 5 for sure in the first 5 weeks. It was, you know what I mean? So definitely they need to get back to that style of player where they let him go ahead and do his thing, man. I mean, even though Brady got all the weapons in the world in Tampa, you know, he still is a 41-year-old quarterback and has been turning the ball over a lot. You know, I mean, if you can run the ball, you know, if you can get that run game back established and suck a lot of the defense up, then, you know, I mean, you come play action and whatnot, you know, I mean, then you'll have your Mike Evans, you know, one-on-one. You'll have your Godwin, you know, working them 5 to 10 yard routes. And don't forget about AB. I know AB ain't done nothing yet, but, you know, at any given time, he can explode, bro.
They've been actively targeting AB too. Like they've been trying to get it
without a doubt.
Yeah.
100%, bro. So yeah, I mean, I think they should, you know. And I think it's time for Brady to step up and let Bruce Arians know, though. You know, Brady has been here, you know, in the league for the last 20 plus years, 21 years or whatever it's been. That's what they brought him in to do. And so they need to listen to what Brady, you know, whatever Arians got cooking up, he needs to get Brady's opinion on what some of this shit should be going on right now, bro.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy too? Like, it's funny because Ronald Jones is like top 4 in some categories in the league, but Arians, every time he say he's going to do something, he kind of does the opposite. Yeah, I think they're good, but I'm with y'all on they want to control and keep it out of Dalvin Cook's hands and keep it out them weapons. So I definitely think that they're going to want to do that, but I think they're going to end up going right back to Tom Brady throwing that shit, bro. Like every drive, every, you know, chip away, Ronald Jones get 3 yards, 1 carry. They pass 2 downs, 3 downs in a row. It seemed like Brady is really calling the shots, but like JD said, he's thrown like 7 interceptions in his last 4 games, and they lost 3 or 4. So, you know, I would think with some adjustments that lean on Ronald Jones. So I think they're going to keep it going. What you think, Kurt?
Everybody talking about Arians, when it's really up to Brady. If Brady going to swallow his pride and allow them to feed him the ball 20 times, then it's going to happen. Because he got full control at the line, I'm assuming. So he could just check in and out of plays and do the shit that he want to do. So if he could swallow his pride, realize he turning the ball over like crazy these last 4 weeks, it'd be better for the team. But if he don't, then like you said, he going to be throwing the ball 40 times and they're going to be, you know, maybe losing games, maybe not. You know what I mean? So it's kind of up to Brady, not really Arians to me.
Yeah.
For sure.
But Brady get a key, like you said. So one of y'all said Brady should just let Arians rock and do his thing. Everybody should buy in.
Yeah. Nah, I respect. I like Arians and what he's done, you know, with Pittsburgh before, then with the Cardinals. You know what I mean? I've always kind of been an Arians fan, and I think he
especially
does.
In fantasy. Like
you love it.
You love these guys in fantasy. Like, you know
they need to learn how to coexist and figure it out fast. You know what I mean? Or it's going to be a long day. I think there's going to be a lot more scoring than people think for sure. And I think, you know, we're not going to talk about the obvious players, but you know what we're doing tonight is we touching on the game and some of the biggest points and what what people are saying or what you might be leaning towards going to happen in the game. And we're also talking about different, you know, players that you might consider playing or might not. Let's talk about a game that's pretty hot, and that's the surprisingly this game is going to be hot because of how good the Giants D has been playing. The Giants and the Cardinals. Can the Giants hold? The Giants held Russell Wilson to 12 fantasy points. What's in store for Kyler Murray? Do they lock him down or what? Anybody lead off this one?
You know, I'll take this one again. You know, right now the Giants defense, you know, they're the 5th worst against fantasy quarterbacks, so that's not good. You know what I mean? I mean, you know, someone like Russ, he couldn't cook. You know what I mean? I mean, this goes back to like, you know, they started taking notice for me like when they played the Rams early on in the year. Where it was like, you used to look at the Giants like, okay, but when you add people like Blake Martinez and Leonard Williams, is it Leonard Williams?
Leonard Williams out of
Leonard
USC.
Williams, yep. And then you got Bradbury back there. You know what I'm saying? Who's like, who's
Been shadowing everybody.
yeah, bro. Like, he did that in Carolina, but they would get behind so much where he kind of went unnoticed. You know what I mean?
He was young too. They was
Yeah.
picking on him. I remember they used to be picking on him.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
why
Julio hit for 200 on him.
Yep.
they used to be picking on that boy.
James Bradbury is a boy. You know what I mean?
I like the one thing I like about the Giants defense is the sacks. And if you're in a league that plays sacks, that's big. Like, I'm honestly, it's crazy, but I'm having a heart to start with them against Baltimore in a league. I have the Giants D and I have Kyler, but a part of me is like, it doesn't matter if Kyler goes off because the Giants get a lot of sacks. You know what I mean? If I want Kyler to go off, the Giants get a lot of sacks. They force turnovers, so it's going to be those guaranteed points if that's how your points are set up. The Giants' defense has been scary. The only thing I say that's in favor of Arizona is Danny Dimes turns the ball over a lot. So I think there are going to be a lot of good situations where the Cardinals are going to be red zone. Yeah.
Oh, Dimes is back this week. Ain't no Colt McCoy.
Nope, Danny Dimes.
That's big.
And if Danny Dimes can't run, if he ain't fully healed off that hamstring and he can't run, he's gonna throw some picks and fumble the ball a couple times. You know what I mean? Like, that's his best asset. Is his
he
legs.
definitely got mobility. He just can't take an 80-yarder to the house. He gonna trip up before he gets to the 9-yard line. Everything.
Hey, if he didn't fall, he'd still be running right now.
Right, on everything, 100%. But no,
gone.
you know what? And I meant to say this last
wasn't.
Saturday too, though. I was listening to your shit, Bogey, 2 weeks ago, and I don't know if it was Sweetness or Drill that said something about Dan Arnold as a streaming tight end, and Dan Arnold had 20 points last week on everything. Real talk. Dan Arnold might be an option if you're struggling at tight end. But to get back to the point, will the Giants hold Kyler to what Russ did? No, I don't think so, bro. I think that with Kenyon Drake and motherfucking I can't even think of the back. Who?
Edmonds.
Chase Edmonds.
You know, since I don't know if motherfucking what's the Seattle running back name?
Carson.
Did he play last week?
Yeah, he good. He had 13.
Okay. So that was his first game back though last week, right?
No, second. He had 18 and 13.
Yeah,
okay, so 18 and
it came in a touchdown reception though. Like, he was held in check for the most part.
But my point is though, without having Chris Carson there, they've been having to throw the ball a lot. You know what I mean? And so they're just getting reacclimated back into the system for him being out with them injuries. And then I think with Chase Edmonds and Kenyon Drake, even though they don't got a stellar run heavy offense, but just having them two as an option and not having to rely on Russ, what he was doing for those weeks without having Chris Carson. So I think with them having a slight little bit of a running game, I think they'd be able to manufacture some points without having to rely on Kyler just slanging the bitch like how Russ had to slang the bitch, bro. So no, I don't think they'll be able to do that, but I don't see the Cardinals going ahead and just blowing them out like that. I don't. I think the Giants are they playing, as we just said, something about playing for your coach. You know, taking on that coach's mentality. They out there dogfighting right now, bro. Without a doubt. If you can hold Seattle to 17 points, I think it was 15 points, whatever it was that they scored, and they've been scoring 35s and 40s a game for the first 10 weeks of the season. Come on, man. It's something that New York is doing.
Don't be scared to throw the Giants defense in there. Before Kurt answers this and before I got two more questions on this game, quick ones. Let's get a question that we have in there. Let's see. Thoughts on Swift PPR this week? I'm going to lead this one off. I'm a little nervous about Swift. AP's been running hard, and Swift is, even though he's cleared to play, he's still suffering from those, well, I don't know personally if this week he's suffering from it, but he was pretty fucked up to be able to say he doesn't want to play. He's a rookie. He was starting to come along. So to me, him not playing was a big deal, and I'm definitely worried about him. I have him in a league where I could start Mike Davis or T.Y. Hilton over him, and I have him and Jacobs, and both of them are banged up, and I'm gonna start T.Y. Hilton and Mike Davis in the playoffs, bro. And I gotta have a heart to start because I'm nervous about Swift. I could be wrong. What y'all think?
I like what Bevel is. Bevel as a head coach, even though this is his first head coaching job right now as an interim, but he come from the Seattle system. And he come from the beast mode era and the whole shit. You know what I mean? He's gonna get them running.
He even had AD
in Seattle.
Minnesota.
In Minnesota.
Yeah.
That's even deeper right there. You know what I mean? He know how to get them backs involved, bro. So I think that you can fire Swift up, bro. It just depends on who else he got right now. If he's gonna play him as his flex or if he's gonna fire him up as one of his two running backs. But I think that Bevel gonna get Swift involved because you see what Swift was doing before he got hurt. Them 2 to 3 games before he got hurt, he was killing shit, bro.
Who are your options? Let us know, Bobby Schmurda. Free Bobby
Schmurda, bro.
I'm worried about anybody that kind of take themselves out and say they don't want to play, and it's because of a head injury. One could only assume that you scared. I don't want to say the word scared because I don't know, but you kind of
he got his bell rung.
Is going out there and playing again, and who knows how long it could take you to get one person to get over that. So I'd have to see it before I put him in there confidently.
I start him. You know what I mean? Just obviously depending on who the other options are, but
you said he had Gaskin in one of them. He got Gaskin in there,
and Gaskin is out.
Swift or Hines?
Yeah, Gaskin got the COVID. He got the COVID.
I'll probably go Hines anyways.
Yeah, you gotta go Hines.
Here's the thing. I'm gonna say Swift because
man,
Derek Bevel, he is a type who do want to show everybody. Listen, I can, I can get it done. He's an offensive minded guy. You're playing against Green Bay, so you could assume that with that Detroit Lions defense being as bad as it is, they're gonna be playing from behind. Before he got the concussion in practice, Swift had 60% of the snap count for 2 weeks straight. Before that, he never topped 40%. So they named him the starter. So they're like, boom, they're giving him the 60%. Now, if he can get 40% of the snap count and it's playing from behind, he's the pass catching guy.
The game script gonna work out.
Yeah, the game script gonna work out for him. And Green Bay, they got one of the bottom of the barrel run defenses. The only reason people don't really tend to see that is because, you know what I mean? Like when you're playing Green Bay, you tend to be playing from behind, so you abandon the run. You know what I mean? But in this case, Swift will pile up the receptions. I mean, maybe he can get upwards to 7 targets here in this game. You know what I mean? And in PPR, that's valuable. So I think he's a strong flex.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that. I
think the share and all that will be there for sure.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm worried about.
Let's get back to that Giants and Cardinals game. Kurt, did you want to say something brief on the Kyler getting shut down?
Gaskin
got COVID.
Yeah, I was about to say, I want to bring that up. Yeah, Gaskin got the COVID. So
he's on COVID list.
So for that guy,
what did you just say, Kurt? What did you say, Brad?
Y'all ain't getting me on that again. I'm going Kyler with this one.
You going Kyler? Why? What you mean? What happened?
If it was going to be bad weather, I'm not sure how the winds is. I know it's not going to be raining or nothing like that. So weather not going to be really going to be a factor. I think I'll look for them to bounce back. Hop didn't really have a good game last week. And you know what I'm saying? So I look for them, and they got out-coached. They got outplayed, all that. So I think I look for a bounce-back game.
I'm glad you mentioned Hopkins right here because my next question is, can Bradbury do to D-Hop what he did to DK? Bogey, let me know. Hey, what y'all drinking tonight, man? I'm off this privilege, man. JD, I see you on the dark with the Ribby, man.
I was drinking last week because it was Bogey's birthday. I don't be drinking.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Hard to start Saturdays. We in the building right now, man. You know the wifey mad at me, man. We were supposed to go look at Christmas lights tonight, but I told her, man, Christmas ain't tomorrow. Relax. It's playoffs.
Playoffs is now.
It's playoffs. You know what I mean? I hope she's watching.
What is your favorite dinner that she cooks? Because you might not be getting that for a minute, cuzzo.
I ain't tripping, bro. I thugs it, man. I ate cereal and sandwiches and something for a week or so, but I ain't worried about that shit. You know what I mean?
He's a cold nigga.
But nah, man, Bradbury. See, somebody just asked, man, can Bradbury do it with D-Hop? What was his first question? You guys think Hop will be productive in this game? Man.
You know,
I mean, what saved me last
I
week was
worry
a big
about.
play in it. Oh no, I was just gonna say what saved me last week was a pick play in the red zone. I think it was inside the 10-yard line that Hop scored on. You know what I
Yep.
mean? But yeah, no, I don't think he's gonna be able to shut him down, bro. In order
Nah.
for Arizona to continue what they doing, they still in the playoff chase. They gonna have to get Hopkins the ball, but Hopkins ain't the only option over there. You know what I mean? Kyler needs to be able to find
Christian
Andy
Kirk.
Isabella. Even Keyshawn Johnson
Isabella.
I think that's his name. Keyshawn Johnson had a good game last week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I call him fake Keyshawn.
Fake Keyshawn. So
Yeah.
give me the damn ball. You know what I
Spells
mean?
it
They
different.
have and Dan Arnold. I mean, there's multiple weapons over there. You know what I mean? You seem like when they played us
Dan
the
Arnold.
first game of the season, he broke a record for having 16 targets. His first game as a Cardinal, he broke the Cardinals target record. You know what I mean? So he was force feeding the ball, trying to make him, feel welcome and whatnot. You know what I mean? But they don't have to do that. They have so many weapons. But I think that Hopkins will be able to get at least 15 points this week, bro.
And I think the further we get away from that last Seattle game, but versus the Cardinals, you know what I mean? Obviously, the better Kyler's shoulder should be getting. You know what I mean? Because that AC joint, you could tell, that behind the scenes they knew it might be a little significant AC joint because they weren't calling no design run plays for Kyler in the past 2 weeks. You know what I mean? So, and if you ain't running, if you don't have Kyler running and you don't need to keep a spy, you know what I mean? More often than not, you'll be able to double Hopkins, you know what I mean? And Bradbury, he'll shadow, but you know what I'm saying? And he might still need some help over there, you know what I mean? He might need some safety help. Yeah, you know what I mean? And like we all know Hopkins, I call him Nuke Skywalker because he got the force. You'll throw the ball in double coverage. He's gonna use the force to draw the ball into his hands. You know what I mean? I think he's good this week. I mean, as long as the targets is there though. You know what I mean? Because that's another thing too, is like, what's his target share been looking like? It's kind of been dwindled down. You know what I mean? The past 2 weeks. But I think it's all due to that AC joint.
I think it definitely has to do with Kyler Shells. Kurt, what you think? The whole overall, can Bradbury do it? And just, is Hopkins an effect from Kyler?
No, I don't think it happens again because Jalen Ramsey just played on Thursday. So
he had 19 last week.
Yeah, he caught the touchdown. Yeah, I mean, the points as a football game, he got shut down more than it looked like as a fantasy perspective.
Yeah.
But I think Bradbury, as well as he's been playing, I don't think he's Jalen Ramsey, and I think he's still, he's a better route runner than DK. He could do more things probably, in between the numbers and stuff like that. So I think it'll be a matchup for him, for Bradbury. I think D-Hop, I'm saying, he can. I'm not saying he's going to go crazy, but I think he'll play,
Hey, do you think that? I don't know how long Hop been in the league. He got to be at least 6 years, and Ramsey got to be about 3 to 4. But did they ever face off in Clemson in Florida State? Do you think they faced off?
They faced off.
Oh no, they used to play 2 year though in the same division. Yeah. They're in the same division. But
they're in the AFC South.
Yeah, no, in the ACC. They was in the ACC. Huh?
I don't know about college.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm just just a little the history. I just want to go back. Because I'm an ACC dude.
It was Sammy. I think that was the guy at that time when he was there.
Yeah, that's right. It was Sammy.
Somebody else.
Yeah, but Sammy got more years on than Hop though. Sammy been in the league since Buffalo.
And it was like Martavius Bryant and somebody else was at Clemson.
Did Hopkins come through 2013 or 2014? I think it was 2014, right? Like, I think Hopkins, he came in the league with Sammy and all them, and that whole crop of OBJ and
he about 29, 30, at least 29, 30.
Yeah,
he got to be like 6 years in. I want to say 6, but Ramsey, where's Ramsey? 3 to 4?
He came in 2016. He came in 2016.
And so 4 years in. They might have came across each other.
Cowboys fans still swear they should have drafted him over.
Let me ask y'all this about this game though. JD, did you want to elaborate on this?
No, I think I started it off.
Okay, so let me ask y'all about this. The last question of this game: who's gonna have a better fantasy game, Gallman or Drake?
Yeah, it's they're gonna try to get Gallman going, and you know what I'm saying, because that's their best bet. If they're winning this game, it's playing defense and getting Gallman and going. And Gallman been getting like 18 carries a game. You know what I mean?
16, 24, 18, 14,
Yes.
12, 10.
Yes,
He hasn't reached 20 points, but his floor has been 13.
Floor for RB2 flex is
Especially with some of the fire running backs. See, that's what we talking about, y'all. That's what Heart2Start is. It's like we in the playoffs right now. So yeah, you got to start your studs, but you might got to make these decisions. Like you might got Gallman chilling, and you like, damn, should I play him over Josh Jacobs if Jacobs is cleared to play? Fuck yeah, I'm gonna play Gallman right now in this game versus over Jacobs. I would love to have Gallman right now in my situation with Jacobs, but those are the type of Heart2Start you gotta have. It might go bad, it might go good. But what y'all think? What you think, Kurt?
Yeah, I'm going with Gallman. I'm a Gallman guy as of late. Like he's just been steady, like we've been saying, and there's really nobody over there that's gonna. Who's it? Is it Morris over there? Who
Alfred Morris, Dion Lewis.
Alfred caught a touchdown too, though, bro. That shit crazy.
Yeah.
Like this this year.
He did. I would say he's not, but he did just get he vultured a touchdown. But Edmonds is more of a threat to cut into Drake than Morris is cutting into Gallman. So that's kind of part of it too. And Drake just been so wishy-washy this year. You know what I'm saying? You might not want to risk that. You might go with the steady Eddie, like Kev say.
Yeah, and Drake's touchdowns have been coming through the past few weeks, and I think it's correlated with the fact that they ain't drawing no running plays. Yeah, they're not drawing no running plays for Kyler because Kyler was vulturing all the red zone carries in the beginning of the year.
No, it's 100% because Kyler, like you said, the read option, he's not keeping it. Like he's not.
If he's back, if he's back healthy and they drawing those plays up for him. Then that's going to hurt Drake. So I kind of do lean Gallman here. I think they're both strong RB2s this week. You know what I mean? And the Arizona Cardinals, they're giving up the third most points to fantasy running backs in the past month. So
if there's any team, if there's any weakness in the Jags, I mean in the Giants defense, the Giants defense is the 10th worst against the run, but it's against the pass from the running backs that they suffer more. It's not necessarily against the run. Yeah. I kind of like Edmonds in this situation, and I'm not saying start Edmonds over Drake. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm a little bit nervous with Drake. Like you said, he's been getting those touchdowns. We don't know if Kyler's had 2 games laying off. That game they had against was it the Patriots? One of those games they had against where they just kind of tinkered around and they end up losing the game. It was a close game all game, but they didn't just put the pedal to the metal. Nope. So I kind of worry about Drake in this situation. And he popped up on the injury report this week. A lot of people pop up on the injury report. They just have limited. They have to list what the injury is. Yeah. I think he'll be fine, but I kind of lean towards Edmonds. And you know what's fucked up? Can I give y'all a story right quick? Yeah, JD and Kurt, they're in the league in the live draft league, and nobody knows this situation I have going on. So Jacobs, they haven't said if Jacobs is going to play or not, right? So because they haven't said if Jacobs is going to play, I can only play Jacobs and Gurley, but they both play at 1 something. So I can't play Jacobs and Gurley in my lineup right now at this moment.
The Atlanta LA game is at 1 o'clock.
Look, the Raider game is at 105. The Gurley game is at 125, right? Yeah. But if I play Jacobs and Gurley, they're both later games. So if Jacobs get ruled out, I don't have nobody to put in. So as of right now,
it's your fault for being a Gurley truther,
bro. As of right now, the only scenario I can do look, this nigga laughing.
Hey, listen.
Follow me. So right now, I cannot play Gurley and Jacobs unless Jacobs is ruled that he's playing in the morning. You feel me?
And you won't find that out until
I gotta play Edmonds because I can't play Gurley and Jacobs, bro. This shit,
you damn near gotta play Fournette and Edmonds.
Nah, because Gurley's game is after Jacob.
Hey, so
if Jacob was ruled out, I can play Gurley.
Really good,
Hey, that's why you were talking up Edmonds right now.
But I gotta play Edmonds.
He was like, I kind of like Edmonds in this one.
Look, the only glimmer of hope I got Edmonds is that we do return yards in that game, and he be hovering around 75 to 100. So he'll get an extra 4 points plus maybe 5. He might be looking at 5. I mean 11 points.
This one of the luckiest niggas I know. Edmonds gonna return this week.
He got to, bro. I ain't got no choice. I can't play him both, bro.
Man, I'm about to pick up Arizona's defense. Fuck it.
Ain't that fucked up, though? I can't play nobody, bro, but Fournette and Edmonds, and I'm not going with Fournette. You know what I mean? Shit's fucked up, man. Playoffs, man. Shit is fucked up. So look, let's jump into let's go to one that stung a lot of people last week. Can Clyde Edwards-Helaire bounce back after screwing fantasy owners last week? Bell looks slow. You know what I mean? They got a good matchup this week. Who y'all got?
Let me go last because I'm super biased. I got him in 2 of the main leagues.
They got a good.
So you know where I'm at.
You know, I was the Fresh Prince of Helaire truther. They going into the year. I was.
They play Miami at Miami.
Yeah, they play in Miami, and I will say he's going to be all right because, you know, I think they'll be winning this game. I think they'll be winning this game. But I will say, you know, it's kind of he's from the Belichick tree. You know what I mean? B-Flow. You know, he's from the Belichick tree where, you know, they're gonna focus on what they need to remove from your offense. So it's gonna be Tyreek Hill. They're gonna try to focus on making sure he don't pop a big one. So, you know, Xavier Howard will be on him. They'll probably give him some safety help. You know what I mean? And then they'll be bend don't break. They'll allow yards on the ground, and then they'll tighten up in the red zone. That's just how that defense plays. And they pressure a ton. You know what I mean? So they're probably always going to be sending 3 at least at Mahomes, and then there'll be some dump offs for him. And he run routes too. When you know, it's just really, to me, I think it's the health thing because they said he lost a lot of weight having a stomach flu. He probably had diarrhea and throwing up and all that shit. So, you know, he probably lost like 10 pounds last week. And, you know what I mean? Just, you know, getting him back all fully hydrated and back in the mix, practicing all week. You gotta play him. I mean, it really sucked that Bell came through in the mix because it really didn't mean that Clyde was bad. It just meant that, you know, now Clyde's not getting all the volume because he's kind of a rhythm back. You know, this year, like you've seen, he was getting 20, you know, 18 to 20 carries a game early on, and you know, and then he would start to do work. So, and I think it's going to be a bad weather game too. Supposedly there's like a hurricane, right? That might be, you know, that might like skim the coast.
Miami.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's pretty much just Miami.
I mean, they'll just cancel it if that's what this going. Yeah. I mean, you know, postpone it if anything. Yeah. But I'm gonna say before you go, Kurt, I will say this about Miami: they have allowed 67% conversion rate at the goal line this year in the red zone.
Wow.
Hey, we talk about
Melvin Gordon. Melvin Gordon fucked them up because he had like 3 that game, remember?
Bro, we talk about Clyde, and you talk about a lot of missed opportunities that he's had for holding throughout the year where he's had touchdowns. And, you know, he didn't play last week. I like Clyde to get at least 15 points this week. I think that's easy for him, whether it's catching the ball in the red zone. I like Clyde this week no matter what he lost. What y'all think?
I like that 60% conversion rate. That's a good stat because – his little ass hasn't been, besides like the flags on the plays that he finally got in, you know what I mean? He's just been struggling to get in, period. He's a little wee tyke. You know what I mean? He's a little guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, y'all made some good points. I like about the Storm. I mean, I like the snap share that he get and obviously and all the work he get. But Bogey made a good point with the losing the weight. And so that's something I'm kind of worried about if he's not back to, you know what I'm saying, where he's, you know, he feels up to his top strength after losing all that weight. You know what I'm saying? He got the flu or whatever he had.
Yeah, it was like a stomach bug that they were saying.
Yeah,
like
so that take you kind of lethargic for a few days and you know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of worried about that a little bit. Kind of like I'm worried with Swift. Like, these is regular people. So, you know what I'm saying? I know how I feel if I got a concussion or if I'm sick. Like, am I ready to play in a football game in 7 days? I don't know. But, you know what I'm saying? So obviously you firing them up, but that might be something that he put that in my head now, and I kind of feel that. That was a good point.
This might be we might want the Storm to lightweight, braze Miami, so we because more rain means
Give
more
him an
carries,
extra
you know what I
day.
mean? but it also means more carries. If
More
they're
work.
play,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like more,
I
they take
feel
it
it.
to the ground more than they would through the air in the bad weather. You know what I mean?
Mahomes is slinging that motherfucker in any weather.
Yeah, it don't
His
fucking matter.
motherfucking ass. Mahomes is a cold dude, bro. Oh, every day, bro. But
Hey,
nah,
we got- Yeah, go ahead.
no, I just wanted to jump out on Jimmo's question. I'm taking Dalvin at the 101, where we know now. And for Beware question, motherfucking go ahead, nigga, keep fucking San Francisco defense in. Motherfucker. Now what? You've been talking that bullshit. You done got me last week too, or the week before last. I owe you this week. I'm finna bounce your motherfucking ass out. Fuck you, Beware. And
Hey, let's
I'll
answer
worry a little
this
bit.
question. Let's
yeah,
answer
go ahead,
this question.
Jimmo.
Go ahead and say
Shout out
what
to
you're gonna
Jimmo.
say, Bogey, and then y'all answer this question for Noah in the comments.
I was gonna say I just feel a little worried about the Niners defense. They're a good play. They got us favored in this game for some reason. But Alex Smith takes care. Alex Smith, he takes care of the ball. You know what I mean? So and what I'm looking for in my defense is a good pass rush. We got that. You know what I mean? But they got a good line, and they got a tight end and a pass catching running back in McKissick, where that you could diffuse pass rush with the hot read. The dump offs. Get the ball out quick. But the one thing what I like about my fantasy defenses is I want them in shootouts. I want where the ball's flying around to give me a chance to pick that thing off. Alex Smith, he takes care of the ball real nice. He'll throw it away before he tries to fit it in somewhere. You know what I mean? So that's the one thing I worry about. I'd rather I'd rather play Arizona, to be honest, over the Niners.
I'm gonna be honest with these two. I'm gonna take, if we talking about Jonathan Taylor, which I'm assuming as bad as the Raiders have been against the run, I think I'm taking Taylor, and this may sound crazy, but I think I'm taking Robbie Anderson over Lockett. I know Seattle's playing the Jets, and I don't think they might use Russ to get back on track, and that's one of the questions we have coming up soon. But I kind of like Robbie Anderson with no DJ Moore. You know what I mean?
And no AJ Boye, which is their number one corner. He's suspended.
yeah,
You know what I mean,
It's hard you gotta have balls to play Robbie Anderson over Lockett a little bit.
Robbie Anderson's a boy. Like he hasn't failed us. The only thing he hasn't been doing is getting too many touchdowns. Yeah. And he scored one before the bye week.
Give me Taylor and Robbie, bro. I'm going with that, bro. What y'all think? Kurt, what you think?
Playoffs, week 14. You got to go Taylor and Lockett. Lockett against the Jets. You can't.
He can go Robbie and Lockett though, but go ahead though.
But no, I like Taylor in the game against the Raiders. They just gonna pound the rock against the Raiders. I feel like they just, you know what I'm saying? Like
Taylor, he crept up to 50% of the snap count the past 2 weeks. So that's the highest.
They're with the 39 receiving yard touchdown last week, though. It just wasn't his damage round. He had a receiving touchdown last week.
Yeah,
they get inside 5 or the 10 is his touchdown to lose. So you kind of got to bet with that.
What about this one? Landry, Beasley, Parker, or Samuel? Full PPR. I'm going Debo off the top. I'm going Debo.
Beasley, Parker, Center.
I like Washington's defense and what they're doing, but Debo is he's too involved. You can only pick one. I'm going Debo.
No Kittle there. I'm going Debo.
I'm scared of Parker with Tua, even though Tua threw 39 times. I'm still scared. We're going to talk about that later in the show.
Dunbar and Kendall Fuller, they be kind of doing their thing, but I like intangible shit. And Debo, he's gonna be playing for his man's for the memory of Debo from Friday, because that's who he was named after. So I'm firing up Debo. Let's go,
Debo. Let's go.
I do like Dunbar and Kendall Fuller back there though a lot. They're actually in a lot of these metrics. They're the number one secondary right now. You know what I mean?
I like that.
But we're going with Debo. He's trucking motherfucker. He's
going with
no, without a doubt. I'm gonna just take Beasley just based on that.
Beasley.
The Pittsburgh game is gonna be a shootout.
Yeah,
we all Niner fans in here too.
I like what I seen from Beasley on Monday night last week, so I'm gonna go Beasley.
Cole Beasley too. He's gonna be their nickel corner. Mike Hilton. Mike Hilton. He's giving up like a 70% catch rate. What is it? Catch percentage.
Yeah.
And that's who Beasley's going to be
I like
guarded by.
Beasley to bust this game. I'm gonna go Debo. I'm going Debo.
You know what though? Without me, being the bias and stuff like that, I probably am gonna go Beasley here though because Josh
Beasley
Allen's
over Debo, y'all crazy.
Listen, Beasley's a number 2.
I do like Beasley though. Don't get me wrong.
Josh Allen throwing the ball 40 times a game right now.
Beasley been solid. I'm not disrespecting Beasley. Don't get it fucked up. He's been looking nice.
I'm actually changing my mind, and I'm going
Beasley. Well, hey, this is something we gonna. Hey, please, Alessandro, please DM us on Instagram or Twitter and let us know who you started, bro. We want to know. We'll be back online on Monday, but please let us know on Twitter. Go to Brody Cortez, GMM Network, Heart2Start JD, Heart2Start K. We all on Twitter. Let one of us know, please, because I'm the only one picking Debo. Bogard picking Debo, and they going Beasley. Are y'all going Beasley? I'm going Debo. I like that though. We gonna keep that one.
Listen, I'd say it's splitting hairs, but definitely someone who's a priority. How about this? Debo's a number 1 receiving option on a run first team, and the Buffalo Bills are not a run first team. When they're running, it's Josh Allen. He's throwing that thing, and you gotta think like they're gonna.
Feel confident in both. How about that? Feel confident in either one.
It's 2 things. I like Ayuk just as much as I like Debo, and Mostert's back. So and Beasley been cooking lately, and they're gonna throw that thing. It's a lot of guys gonna be missing on that Pittsburgh defense. And Frank scored in that game. They're the favorites, and I forgot the over under is up there.
Yeah, hey, you know what? Yeah. Go Beasley. We got 3 people saying Beasley, 1 say Debo. Go Beasley. Fuck it. Hey, chances make champions, man. No risk it, no biscuit.
Hey, get a piece of the primetime game.
And the primetime game. AJ Brown or Deontay Johnson. I'm gonna say Deontay Johnson right here because we talk. Both of them? Hey, pick one. We talking about Buffalo right now, playing the Steelers. I'm saying it's gonna be more points scored than we think. I'm going Deontay Johnson right here, and more so because I don't think that Tennessee's gonna need their passing game as much.
Yeah,
playing against Jacksonville. I'm going Deontay Johnson.
And you know what? I'm going to lean Deontay Johnson. I respect the hell out of Tre'Davious White. Like that, he's a boy. You know what I mean? But Deontay Johnson, he's new Antonio Brown for Ben Roethlisberger. You know what I mean? And like, and AJ Brown, he's definitely a number 1 receiving option on a run first team. You know what I mean? Against a team that Derrick Henry historically destroys. So maybe the necessity of throwing the rock, like you said, Kev, might not be necessary. And he's banged up right now.
JD, I know you got Deontay Johnson.
Well, both of these dudes is my dogs right here. I rode hard in the offseason for both of these dudes right here. You know what I mean? But if I got to pick one, I'm going Deontay Johnson because Pittsburgh's run game is not established right now. You got Snell, you got McFarland. I think Connor might be back this week. But I think that Ben he's going to be forced to throw that ball against Buffalo. But to go with AJ Brown can do four receptions for 100 yards in a touch, even 2 touches. Yeah. I mean, that's what it is with AJ Brown. He can do a lot with a little though, bro. He's been doing it for the last 2 years. But for me, I'm going Deontay Johnson, bro, 100% because them 10 plus targets. When he's on the field for all 60 fucking minutes, it's guaranteed that he's seeing the ball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bro. Hey, Deontay Johnson.
I'm going AJ Brown. Last time AJ Brown saw the Jags, he lit them up. Just like JD said, 5 receptions, 150 or something like that, and a touchdown.
Yeah.
Something real quick like that, real boom, right in your face. And that it real quick and efficient. You don't gotta wait a whole game for Deontay Johnson biting your fingernails. Is he going to get this? A.J. Brown probably going to get that in the first quarter, and then they're going to run it out with Henry. And all the receivers been eating on the Jags. Jefferson, Thielen last week, the week before, Landry, the week before that. I can't remember who ate on them. But you would think because they're getting blown out.
I think it was Green Bay.
That like their receivers is eating early. And the Jaguars actually been in games too. They actually competitive, so it's not like you just blowing them out. you're gonna kind of have to, Miles Jack and a couple of them dudes, they was all over the place last week. 'Cause I'm not a Minnesota player, so I was watching that game.
And J Rob the Mob, man, James Robinson, he
Hey,
might be able to
look,
yeah.
hold that James Robinson thought because we're gonna do one more question and then we're gonna jump right into that. I'm glad we are actually talking about that. He's in the semis in his league. Do we start Lockett, Cooks, or Beasley? See, I'm glad you asked that question because now we still, like I said, this is what Heart2Start is about. Do you got the heart to take out a player like Lockett, who whose ceiling that he can have, but you also know his floor, or you go with the consistency and how much Beasley has been used? I know all of us on the panel right here are going to throw Cooks out of there. We're throwing him out of there. Yeah. So we're going Lockett and Beasley. Y'all tell me right now. What Heart2Start, man? Who y'all got?
The crazy part is I will go Beasley 99% of the time over Lockett at this point in the season, but the 1% is when they play the fucking Jets. So I have to go Lockett. That's literally the only team I would take Lockett over at this point. Is if they played the Jets.
And think about this: they got rid of Greg Williams, so maybe the things that they did before, like actually play the run well. Like they remember everybody last week. There was no Jacobs. Everybody's like, "Oh, fire up Devontae Booker." He did shit against the Jets.
Did nothing. You know what I mean? I fired his ass up too.
And Carson, Carson and Hyde, they tend to eat into each other when they're both not healthy but they're both active. I think Russ is gonna take it to the air. You know what I mean? I think they're, you also got. You got to Lockett, who's he's been quiet lately, but the fact that they're coming off, and this is going to be intangible based, obviously, like the fact that they got embarrassed last week by the Giants, that makes me feel like, all right, this is a bounce back spot where they want to get Russ back going. You know what I mean? Like, and Lockett is, he's not going to be the guy they double cover. They're going to double cover DK if they double cover anybody. You know what I mean? So I am gonna go Lockett here because I'm so hot. If I've been dedicated to starting Lockett all this time to sit him against the Jets and he blows up on my bench.
Right. No, I think I would agree with the rest with the panel on doing firing up Lockett just based on that Raider game was on TV out here. So I was forced to watch that motherfucking game.
Beasley's so safer.
Right
now,
he definitely
on
is.
Paper.
But to see for the Raiders to go ahead and give the Jets a fucking a damn near a shootout, you know what I mean, and for the Jets to continue to go blow for blow with them, you know what I mean, and that was surprising to me for the Jets to be in position to beat the Raiders, and my cousin said that they was going to be the upset of the week, in which they damn near
covered the spread. They covered the spread. They covered the spread.
They covered the spread, but for me to get
did say that though on the show,
without a doubt, and for me to just drive home the Lockett point where Bogey said or Kirk said that you're not going to double Lockett, and for the way that Russ ate on the game winning touchdown, but I got to double back. I think I said it on Monday night. The play before the Ruggs play. Fucking Nelson Aguilar beat a double team. I think it was a post route or an out then an in post route to where he beat two people, and Derek Carr overthrew his motherfucking ass. Yeah. So I think with Russ and them might want to focus on DK, Lockett is going to eat without a doubt, bro. Without a fucking doubt. And Russ is a way better quarterback than Derek Carr. And Derek Carr been killing for these last few weeks, bro, on everything. So here it is, Russ coming back
except for against Atlanta.
Except for against Atlanta. You damn right. It seemed like every time he dropped back, he was fumbling the ball.
Hey, they better not do that to my Justin Herbert tomorrow, bro.
Hey, I'm going to let Bogey lead this one off because this is his boy, man. We called him this last week. And what I had last week, I titled the game was J-Rob versus Dalvin, right, in the fantasy wise. So now this week we got, is this J-Rob the Mob's feast day? And I'm only saying that because the Titans have allowed a 13.5 fantasy points to running backs all year. Now, we're not talking about Robinson outdoing Henry or Robinson being, the top running back this week, which he may be. We never know. He's catching the ball, he's running the ball. But Is this a feast day in a situation where I'm pretty sure a lot of fantasy owners, J. Rob is on their team? I believe that.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you got J. Rob, you probably in there more than likely because he's been extra steady.
Right.
You know what? I think 13 points is his floor in this one. You know what I mean? Because he's kind of game script proof. I know they got what was Buddy's name? He got the African name. The other running back.
The other guy.
Ozigbo, something like that. Yeah, he's back. Chris Thompson.
This is more of a daily
an
fantasy
afterthought.
question right here. Because if
Yeah.
you got J. Rob, you're playing him no matter what. This is
Yeah.
one of those guys who you trying to hit the home run. And actually, I'm gonna say this: J. Rob and Lockett will probably not be owned as much.
No,
Grab 'em
because
both.
recency bias takes a lot of effect in people's when they're setting their daily fantasy lineups. You know what I mean? Recency bias is a motherfucker. I like to look at guys who are studs that came off a bad week, so their percentage owned is lower. You know what I
Fact.
mean?
I
And,
like that's the best way to
yeah.
go in daily fantasy. But I do want to flip this, JD and Kurt. I don't even want y'all to answer that question. I want y'all to answer a more serious question, and that's with Henry expected to blow up this week, which I think everybody has him. Can you trust the Titans pass game, Kurt? I know you said you love AJ Brown in this situation, but can they really be trusted?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get the coalition with because the running back gets off means the receiver is going to get off. I think if the running back gets off, that's good for everybody. And I mean, the running back. I mean, you're going to throw the ball most of the time. You're going to throw the ball at least 20 times, something like that. And get active. I trust AJ Brown. He had the most yards per reception last year. JD said it earlier. It could happen quick in one play. I got no problem with throwing receivers
But you
in.
know how the past few weeks people have been starting Corey Davis without a doubt. They've been starting
That's
AJ
my
Brown
point
without
right
a doubt.
there. Is with the emergence of Corey Davis, it takes a
So
little
I mean,
bit
it's
pressure off.
happening. It's one of the receivers. So I mean, I don't know. It's kind of up to you. I like him personally. I mean, because clearly one of them's getting off, so the opportunity is there, or one of them, or both, or Juju was getting it. So the passing game has been there all year. And to answer the other question with J. Rob had 16 for 102 last game, 20 points. So I think he's going to kill them boys again.
And J. Rob also he's bringing receptions to the game too.
Yeah, I was about to say, he's
just not no 20 attempt guy. He's
they
bringing
lean on
receptions
him,
to the
bro.
game, bro.
They lean on him so tough. They lean on him so tough that they're even giving him veteran treatment. Like, he's been nursing a little bit. He's been banged up, but they're like, that's cool. You're rocking the Q tag this week. Get you in the limited, and then he gets a full workload still. You know what I mean? And that's crazy because J. Rob is definitely gonna get the award for like steal of the year. Like whether you drafted him with your last draft pick,
I agree with that.
you waiver wire pickup of the year. You know what I mean? Like whatever it is that you got
All
him.
of that.
Yeah, bro, he's a boy.
Next question. Revenge game versus Dalton versus the Bengals, man. Hey, you want to talk about daily fantasy? I think everybody's gonna be picking Dalton. So I would go with Cooper and a CD Lamb. Fuck it. You know what I mean? When you want to win in those big tournaments, I'm not talking about the one-on-ones or the small tournaments, but in those big tournaments, nobody's picking CD Lamb. Get a piece of that wide receiving core in Dallas. Now,
I do the triple stack.
Playoffs in fantasy football, I'm not fucking with CeeDee Lamb, but I'm loving Amari Cooper this week a lot more than I have a lot of other.
I even like
Even
Gallup.
though he's been solid. He's been real solid.
Gallup's been the guy.
On that.
I like. I'm not even mad, especially in daily fantasy. If I was gonna do a triple stack, because you know what I mean, like I would do Dalton. I would do Dalton and Dalton Schultz and Mike Gallup because no one's gonna be owning them three. You know what I mean? And you know, that's one of the worst teams against the tight end. You know, we've seen Gesicki just get off on them. So the Dalton thing might be, Dalton Schultz. You know what I mean? He might have a nice little game here.
Dalton to Dalton.
Yeah,
that's a hell of a combo right there.
Yeah. Hey, tomorrow's gonna be funny because we might see Jalen to Jalen. We might see Dalton to Dalton. You know what I mean?
Dalton to Dalton, bro. No, and I was fucking with Dalton Schultz for a minute at the beginning of the year, bro. On my mama, Dalton Schultz.
He's getting the targets.
No, he was definitely getting the motherfucking targets. But yeah, I think that Andy Dalton for sure. I mean, you might say, oh, it's just the business and whatnot, but he's the last quarterback to have the Bengals in the playoffs. You know what I mean?
Three-time Pro Bowler. They forget
You
that
know?
on the fucking Bungles.
Without a
The
doubt. Without a
Bungalows.
doubt. The bungalows on my mama.
And
It's his
it's
time.
supposed to be Brandon Allen, coming back, and he's Brandon Allen's low key a gunslinger, so and you can throw on the Cowboys, so Andy Dalton might need to throw more than people expect in this game, like what I mean, because if it was Ryan Finley, I would say in daily fantasy, I would even fire up the Cowboys defense because they'll be dumbass cheap, no one will be on them, but Ryan Finley, I mean. Brandon Allen ain't that much far from Ryan Finley, but you know what I mean.
They're
I'm just
both
saying.
terrible.
Yeah, they're but at
I'm
least
struggling.
they're going to be able to throw the ball.
That's going to be our next question. Who do you trust more, Tyler Boyd or Devontae Parker? Now, I threw Devontae Parker out there because, like I said, Tua threw 39 times last game, but Devontae Parker was kicked out the game at the beginning, so we didn't get to see how it looks with him throwing a lot. With Fitzmagic, he's been money. With Tua, not so much. And they play the Chiefs. But are you trusting Tyler Boyd? I mean, he had one pass off a screen, 75. One thing I will say is they do use him the most, but it's just terrible passes, bro. Can y'all help me out with this one? God,
okay. Look, this is crazy, but I'm gonna lean Tyler Boyd here. It's a softer defense, a softer secondary, and there's no Auden Tate, who wouldn't really matter, and then you got T. Higgins, who might miss this game with a hammy. It's gonna be a lot of Tyler Boyd and Drew Sample here, the tight end. So I think Tyler Boyd's safe here with a floor, and Parker.
I should change it to least. Who do you trust the least, Tyler Boyd or Devontae Parker? Not more.
I trust the least
because you don't trust either one of them, motherfucker.
Parker's gonna draw their best coverage, and their secondary is their strength in the Chiefs' defense. So I'm gonna say Tyler Boyd here.
Only case that I can make for Devontae is that I think that even though KC is going down to Miami and it's hard to play in Miami, I think KC can play anywhere. With no fans or whatever it may be. Right, without a doubt. And so the case for Devontae Parker is that they're going to be down. I don't think that the Miami's going to be able to give them a good game. So it might be some garbage time points for Devontae. But right off the rip, I'm going with Tyler Boyd. And I'm a little bit biased right now because I got him in the SBI. And I'm playing I can't even remember who I'm playing right now. But
I got a bias
right now. Yeah, you got to buy it.
He's flexing right now. He's like,
yeah. I need Boyd to go off, so I'm definitely firing up Boyd over Parker.
Hey, Kev is a lucky motherfucker now that I think about it, because if he had to play this week, he would have been devastated losing Gaskin, and now it's like you got another week.
I got bodies over there, bro. Yeah. I wish I had my team in another league. I got bodies.
You got a squad over there.
I got a squatty. Look, we just talked about Miami a little bit, and now we're gonna kind of get into
Doc. Shout out to Doc, man. PLC.
Yeah, Doc put me at the beginning of the year. He actually sweat me.
Doc turned that thing around.
I think Doc might be my only 2 losses, bro. That's what's crazy. He might be my only 2 losses. Damn, that's crazy. So, look, we talked about the Miami game a little bit, and now we're going to talk about a little bit of Denver, but I want to give y'all 3 tight ends because I think this is pretty important. You got Komet, who played a lot more snaps than Jimmy Graham last week. Gesicki, who we know what he did last week, was looking great. And then you got Fant with Drew Lock being down against KC. Pick one. And if you could pick 2, who are the best 2? I'll give it to y'all both ways like that.
I'm going to go with Gesicki right off the rip, though, just based on how they've been using him. Gesicki doesn't just play in on the line. He also is flanked out as wide, and he's drawing smaller corners and whatnot. And I think that was his best game with Tua, and I think Tua tries to continue to feed off that. Last week, Gesicki was, besides Waller and fucking the boy from Kansas, Kelsey, he was the 3rd leading scorer as the tight end position, and I think they continue to feed off that. And like how you said, they're bringing Komet in a whole lot more than Jimmy Graham. But if I got to pick 2, I'm gonna go with Fant and Gesicki, just based on that Fant and Drew Lock. They were doing it at the end of the year last year when they went on their little 4-game win streak, 3-game win streak, whatever it was. Yep. So I'm gonna just go off that right there, brothers. Gesicki and Fant.
And real quick, if you don't have a choice because Gesicki's gone and Fant's gone, and maybe you had somebody like Jonnu Smith,
100% available,
or you've been playing Jimmy Graham, you could play Komet. He's been solid and he looks pretty good. And you know what I'm saying, he played a lot more snaps than Jimmy Graham, and we know what the Bears need to do. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna order them for me. I'm gonna go in order. I'm gonna go Gesicki, Fant, and then Clement. Here's the thing too. I worry about Gesicki because I do respect the hell out of Honey Badger and those linebackers there, and that's who's gonna be on Gesicki. Gesicki, one thing he got going for him, he's just a giant receiver. They don't really use him as a tight end. He ain't in-line blocking ever. He's running routes. He's in the slot. He's flanked out wide, like Guccini said. But the one thing that does worry me, another thing that worries me about Gesicki is he produced 2 weeks ago with Fitzpatrick against the Jets. We know what Waller just did to the Jets. So that's one of the Jets' weaknesses. Tight ends been eating on them all year. Then you had Gesicki finally have a good game with Tua, and it was against the Bungles. So we know what the Bungles give up to the tight end position. But I have Gesicki here first because I think the playing from behind aspect is going to be in effect. So there should be a lot of opportunity in the target market share. You know what I mean? And hopefully Tua can get this shit together because he hasn't been the greatest passer. Fant, same thing. You know what I mean? I feel like they're going to be playing from behind, and he has a rapport with Drew Lock. You know what I mean? And
sure. I got you on that one. I'm with you on that.
And then Clement, like if none of these guys are available, or any of your tight ends that you've been rocking with, just like Kev said, Clement's going to be out there for you, and they're playing against Houston. That's another one of those teams really bad against the tight end position. We just saw T.J. Hockenson tear him up. You know what I mean? Who else? Robert Tonyan tore him up a couple weeks ago. You know what I mean? This has been a weekly thing, and then the reason I ordered it too like that is because of how much I trust the quarterbacks as passers. You know what I mean? These are all bad passers. All three of these guys.
That's why they're on there. Yeah. You gotta add Heart2Start. Hey, this next one, Kurt, I will let you start this one, right? And I want you to put your Philip Lindsay bias hat off. Take it off for me. They play in the same game. Who you got? Mike Davis. Who you trust more, Mike Davis or Melvin Gordon? They play each other.
Probably Gordon. I probably go on Gordon. I'm gonna lean towards Gordon just because he's kind of getting Lindsey out of there, in a sense. And Mike Davis, he's solid. He's been doing good. We kind of lost steam a little bit, and he picked it back up. But I like Denver's defense more than I like Carolina's defense. On the tight end question, I like Fant to get off on Carolina defense. They give up the 7th most to tight ends. So, and that's kind of the reason I like Gordon over there in Denver too with Drew Lock. I like all of them this game.
What you think, Bogey? Mike Davis or Melvin Gordon? Who you trust more?
I'm gonna go with Mike Davis because I think Curtis Samuel. Did they clear him yet?
Yeah, he's playing.
Oh, okay, then it's splitting hairs. I'm gonna have Mike Davis still slightly over him because. Damn, you know what though? Because Curtis Samuel really do eat into Mike Davis the short game for him, in the passing, and Gordon hasn't really been used in the passing, but they 100% go to him when they get down there in the goal line in the red zone. You know what I mean? And
I think I like Melvin Gordon in this situation. I really haven't been big on him. I mean, his last 3, last week 15, week before that 3, but New Orleans is stout. That's who shut him down. They got whooped. So I'm going to go with Carolina being the 8th worst run D. I'm going to go with Melvin Gordon, even though I am throwing Mike Davis in a few lineups because, I mean, shit.
No CMC.
No CMC. I mean, I had a situation with Swift and Jacobs, and I'm going to just ask you guys, this is in the Heart2Start League, Jacobs, Swift, or Mike Davis. I put Mike Davis in there because I'm kind of scared of Swift, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'd go Mike Davis too.
Yeah, I mean, Mike Davis is good for like 15 on the ground at least.
Yeah, I don't hate Mike Davis. Melvin Gordon might mess around and get 2 touchdowns or something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
on them for sure.
With Mike Davis too, he's clearly been nursing something, for the past maybe month and a half.
Yeah, he's been wearing
5 weeks.
He's been hurt.
Yeah.
Well, look, JD, Mike Davis or Melvin Gordon? Who you trust more?
I like Mike Davis right now against Denver. You know what I mean? Just based on that no CMC, and with no CMC, even though I think the game before that, Mike Davis wasn't no big factor, but they're gonna have to lean on Mike Davis. You know, Mike Davis, he does a lot for that offense. You know, not just rushing, he's bringing PPR value as well. But Melvin Gordon last week though hit for $1 something though. You know what I mean? But and I had Melvin Gordon earlier this season, and I mean I drafted Melvin Gordon for some reason. I was high on Gordon this year, you know. And
it was where you can get him.
You followed the money. You folled the money.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. That's exactly what a nigga did. I followed the fucking money. They paid him. You know, bring him in and whatnot. But you know, if I'm gonna be put on the spot, I'm going Mike Davis right now, bro.
Yeah,
I like Mike Davis 100%, especially for the motherfucking CMC owners.
We gonna stay. Look, we gonna stay in this game, and I'm glad you brought up Curtis Samuel. He is playing. Curtis Samuel, Tim Patrick, or Pittman Jr. I think I'm gonna take Pittman Jr. out, and I'm gonna go with Tim Patrick. Who y'all got?
I like Tim Patrick.
I like Pittman Jr. against the Raiders.
Bounce back. He been quiet.
Yeah, bounce back. I mean, but even though with the emergence of Ty right now, I think that Tim Patrick can eat on the Raiders. And Arnett, he's been bounced out of the last 2 games with head injuries. I don't know no other person in that secondary for the Raiders right now but Arnett, because he has red dreads, and that's how them young niggas is doing.
He's questionable. I think he might be out.
Yeah, no, he went out the last 2 games with both head injuries in the Atlanta game and the motherfucking. Matter of fact, he's the one that put Frank Gore out last week. That was the collision.
Yeah, that's
on
right.
my mama. Last 2 weeks, and that's the only. Oh no, I take that back. The boy from Mississippi State. He be knocking niggas. Abram. That's the other nigga I know in that secondary. But yeah,
we still got Pittman as an option here, right?
Yeah, I'm taking Pittman though, bro.
I'm gonna go with Pittman too, because with the fact that Ty's been emerging, maybe they start giving him the double coverage love, and then like it'd be a sad mistake to single cover Mike Pittman, because he's a tall, fast motherfucker. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna go Pittman here. Because the secondary for Carolina, they've been kind of picking up speed before the bye week. You know what I mean? Like, I know the Vikings, they obviously Justin Jefferson went off on them, but it was a lot of big splash plays down the field. Tim Patrick, Tim Patrick, he's one of the leaders in the league right now with a average depth of target. Yards per reception. 20 yards. He's like last year's Mike Williams right now.
Wow.
I like Tim Patrick, especially in week 14. If you got a playoff game, I'm not trying to bet on anybody to have a get back game or get right game. I want the guy that's consistent. Like, guy coming off a 2 touchdown game, gonna be, down in the game, maybe more than not. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like Patrick.
Yeah. Patrick, you even played him in Heart2Start League, so I know you like Patrick. He been solid. Beware made a joke a few weeks ago and was like, I had picked up Judy and I was kind of talking shit. And I'm like, shit, bro. He like, man, I got the real number 1 wide receiver at Denver. And it was Patrick. I'm going to go Patrick in this situation. Somebody just asked a question. Gio Bernard, Michael Pittman, DeAndre Washington. Who has been named the starter in Miami this week? Need a flex since Gaskin is out. Ooh, I'm going DeAndre because we know DeAndre catches the ball and they're playing KC. I'm going DeAndre Washington right here.
Salvon Ahmed, he's out. Breida and Gaskin are on the COVID, and it's just going to be Patrick Laird, who's been like, he's meh. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I like him. The one thing I worry about DeAndre Washington is I think his projection is his ceiling if he don't get into the end zone. They're projecting him for like 10 points in a PPR right now.
I give him a slick 12 points just based off of damn near.
He's a flex.
I'm down.
Yeah, like so will Gio give you that too, though?
Gio just hasn't looked good.
But Dallas, he hasn't. He hasn't. But he had them first couple of weeks when Mixon went down with 20 plus. You know what I mean? So I think that Gio can get back to it against Dallas. Dallas ain't doing against nobody. But I do like the garbage time points and the catch-up theme with DeAndre Washington. But if I got to go with a running back, I stated my case for Pittman. But I like Gio though, bro. I ain't gonna lie, and I got Gio in the SBI, but I ain't firing him up. But I do like Gio though this week against Dallas.
Yeah.
One more thing I want to add with DeAndre Washington is like, because I feel stupid for saying Gio hasn't looked good because we don't really know what DeAndre Washington looks like on this team. You know what I mean? And it's really just.
I mean, honestly, if you going safe, I knew I jumped out there and said that I would go with DeAndre. It's just because they play the Chiefs. But I think I would probably feel more confident playing Gio because it's obvious if you're in the playoffs, you probably got some injuries that you're dealing with. Like you said, Gaskin is out. So maybe Bernard is a safer play, especially against Dallas, like you said. So I'm going to go with Gio right here.
But I will say one more thing is Washington he got into a limited couple days in a row and then he got removed off the injury report. So I'm just trusting that. And with no one else for them to lean on, you know what I mean? I'm going to go with the volume play because we have seen the legend of Samaje Perine get in the mix, you know what I mean, when they're playing from behind. You know what I mean? Because Mix, I mean, you know, obviously with Mixon gone, you know, Gio used to just be like that guy, you know, whenever there's no Mixon. But, you know, P. Ryan's been getting in there, you know, more often than not because Gio hasn't been.
Hey, you know what's crazy? I actually have this on here, and this has been somebody that people have been picking up a lot. Let's go straight Ty Johnson, Gio, or Duke Johnson.
Let me give a shout out to Gio right quick. I'm a big ass Hurricane fan. And so they played North Carolina today. North Carolina put a 50 whop on us. And I seen a stat where Gio was a top 3 in rushing TDs in Carolina, but one of the running back, I can't even think of the running back name. He just passed somebody that played in Carolina in the 50s and Gio for the most rushing TDs in his career at North Carolina. So just a shout out to Gio on that. You know what I mean? Just, you know, give a little backstory on how much I love football, and I'm a big Hurricanes fan, whatnot. But yeah, definitely motherfucking Ty Johnson though, because Seattle ain't doing nothing against the run.
But,
and he came in, and I just said how Frank Gore went out last week because of motherfucking Arnett.
I think he's back.
Oh, Frank Gore's back this week?
I don't know if he got officially cleared, but he was back to practice though, right?
Okay.
He was back limited, but I'm not gonna fuck with Ty because I actually had picked him up last year when Kerryon was supposed to.
Yeah, he did not die,
and he didn't do nothing with I give me Gio. And actually, in this situation, the last question I would take Gio, but in this question with Gio and Duke, I will go with Duke with no David Johnson. Me personally, I'm going Duke.
Fucking COVID, bro.
Going Duke. Let's talk about this one. Carson, is this his breakout week? The last 2 games, 18 and 13, the last 2. Is this it versus the Jets? It's a perfect opportunity.
Giants? The Jets?
Jets. Seattle and the Jets. Carson, is this it for him or what? Is he going to break out?
I would hope that they feed Carson the ball. You know, as much as I can't stand Seattle, I would love to see him get that ball, though, just based on that's what they need to do and stop trying to force feed the rock in Russell Wilson's hands and pushing the ball down the field. You got to have some type of balance. You know what I mean? And with Rashad Penny coming back, I don't know how much he's going to be a factor, but they need to have a rotation of backs. But when you got a lead dog like Chris Carson, you have to feed him the fucking ball. And
he's a rhythm guy. You need to keep giving him the ball,
I think he does. But I think this could be a breakout week, and I hope that they do give him the ball, though, bro, on everything.
No, I'm definitely this on big on the Carson. Staying in the same game. Who do you trust more, Crowder or Perryman? We know a lot of people are dealing with the Galladays, the DJ Moore's out. It's a lot of situations. Crowder had a few short touchdowns. Perryman had an off game, but he was solid and been double digits the last few before that. Is this a perfect game versus Seattle's D to for him to do something?
Seattle's one of the worst.
Or pick one, really. Who you trust more?
Seattle's been giving up. I think in the entire league, they're giving up the most yards through the air in the entire league. Someone might want
it's
to
bad, bro.
It's really
bad. It's bad, bro.
And Perryman is the field stretcher. Crowder, matter of fact, he banged up right now. You know what I mean? He banged. What the fuck was that? Y'all hear that?
I'm taking Perryman.
I think I'm just shrooming. If y'all didn't hear that, I'm shrooming right now.
That's the shrooms.
Nah, if Crowder suits up tomorrow, I'm going Crowder just based off what I seen last week. 2 TDs. It was like 4 or 5 receptions, only 47 yards, but them 2 TDs had him with a 20+ point game last week.
Yeah,
and that is Bartle's guy.
Yeah, I'm definitely jumping on Perryman this week. If I had to do daily fantasy and I had to pick an Air Buffalo on, I'm going with Perryman just because of how he was last week. Now I'm gonna ask you a question. Do you trust? I'm gonna go to the Indian and the Raider game. Is Taylor a top 3 back this week? Now that might be a bold statement. It might be matchup based. I'm in a situation where I got Hines and Taylor, and I kind of want to play them both. It was crazy, like, you know what I mean. But do you trust Taylor to do that? Because the last time we trusted Taylor to do that, he kind of fell off, and that's the only thing I'm worried about. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, Taylor definitely has been inconsistent, but they like. Damn, I forgot what primetime game it was when Hines just went off. He stole all the touches. It was a Thursday night game. I want to say they played Tennessee. And if the Colts continue to to split the carries and whatnot between Hines and Taylor, I like Hines over more than Taylor. And I would say no, that he's not a top 3 back this week, just based on the opportunities that Hines has as well. You know what I mean? But I'm not high on Taylor this week. And I'm playing Taylor this week in Piggy's league. Shout out to Piggy. You know,
that's the league I got in Piggy's league. So it's pretty dope how they got it set up. It's 12 teams, but only 4 make the playoffs. So week 16 and 17 is the playoffs. There's no bye week. So top 4 make it. I'm in 4th right now, and I have to win this week. So it's essentially the playoffs this week. The shit is pretty dope, though. But I'm
going to say this. I'm kind of not mad at that because I always hated on the week 17. No, the week 17 thing.
Yeah, we don't do that no more.
Yeah, we don't do that shit. But at least, though, this is a year where with the 7th seed, and in reality, only one team gets the bye week. A lot of these teams that are in it aren't sitting their guys.
Bro, right.
You know what's crazy too? I'm considering playing Taylor and Hines and benching Claypool, bro. I'm so nervous about how terrible this Raiders defense is.
Claypool's gonna draw like Josh Norman. I'm fucking with that. You know what I mean? I
also could put in Dobbins.
Double dip like that.
I also could put in Dobbins though.
I'd rather do Dobbins and Taylor. I'm not giving up on Taylor. I think he's heating up at the right time.
See, look, I'm asking y'all questions right now. Claypool or Dobbins, man, or Duke Johnson.
I like Dobbins on Chicago. You get action on a Monday with Dobbins, and that's a run defense that's pretty stout. The Browns. So you're gonna want the pass catching running back. They got ferocious pass rush. You know what you do when the pass rush is coming at you. You dump that thing off. You know what I mean? So. And then Dobbins' snap count is probably going to go back to and hover around 60% this week. You know what I mean? Because he was coming off the Rona.
The Rona.
You know what I mean? And but he still, he got the touchdown. He's
been solid. He's been solid. So in this game with the Colts, we asked, do you trust Taylor as a top 3 back? And we just shooting for the stars here with this.
I think he's a back end RB1.
Yeah, I like Taylor the rest of the way. I don't know about being a top 3. I think I've seen a lot of rankings, they've had him there. But I mean, the way the running backs have been, you lucky to even be in the top 8. You know what I mean?
Hey, you lucky to be in it if you have Taylor, because he's been fucking us all year.
Right, no, 100%.
You know what I mean? So if you in it right now and he got you there, you rock with him. Like I like the Raiders a soft matchup. It's a real, they're not good against the run. You know what I mean? So
staying in this game with the Colts being stout as they are against the run and just overall as a defense, if Josh Jacobs plays, can you trust him? Now I'm gonna just throw mine out there because I have Jacobs. The Colts. I'm a little biased because I have Jacobs, but I will play Jacobs just based on volume. But it also depends on who I got. Now, if you asking me somebody like McKissick or Jacobs, I'm gonna go with McKissick over Jacobs, even if Jacobs plays. What y'all think about trusting Jacobs this week if he plays?
He's wounded, but and Buckner's back.
They need it, bro. The Raiders need it.
They do, so they're willing to put him out there until he's dead. You know what I mean? Like, it's do or die time for them every week. No, for real though, like, cause he's banged up, they're gonna be like, get back out there.
Get your motherfucking ass out there.
He's gonna want to play too.
The last couple of weeks, I feel like he's been playing.
Hey, he gets.
And I think they use that game against the Jets as let him sit out. And Gruden is a poker player, bro. Damn near. Bro.
Yeah, he is.
He knows that he could list you questionable just based on you got hurt last game. So let's just let them not game plan. And me say at the beginning of the week, oh no, I don't think he's gonna play. But you got all the reporters saying they expect Josh Jacobs to play. So it might be a little possible, but
but look, I had to deal with that with CEH last week, and I kept CEH in 2 lineups, and that motherfucker didn't even play. He was ruled to play. He was fine, going into Thursday, Friday, and here comes Sunday. That motherfucker didn't. I mean, he suited up, but he was out there for emergency purposes only.
Hey, Clyde ate a bad cheeseburger with Andy Reid.
That's what it was, bro.
You're lucky to be not you per se, but a motherfucker lucky to still be in the playoffs with Clyde if he gets last week. Hurts,
but I mean, going into the question though, if I got a McKissick on my bench just based on that, I don't know, the situation with Josh. You damn right. I'm a fire at McKissick, bruh.
You know what? If you got McKissick and Josh Jacobs, they play in the same time slot, so you could weight that thing down.
Okay, right? Now look, I'm about to fuck you up.
Because I still would go Jacobs.
McKissick or James Conner?
I'd probably go James
I don't like Conner this week, bro.
I'm going McKissick.
I'll probably go James Conner.
That's damn sure.
Actually, you know what? I forgot about Benny the Snell. Benny the Snell, even when Conner was healthy, he was the guy they were putting in the red zone though. Like they were taking Conner smooth out of those red zone packages.
Conner been fucked up this year, man.
Yeah, I definitely don't like Conner.
It ain't even Conner though. It's not even Conner. They going 5 wide and like they're letting Big Ben throw more than he has in a long time. So I'm not even just gonna put him on that. Kurt, I know you going with McKissick because you got him and you were actually beneficial in that Gibson having that turf toe. That was perfect timing. Like,
I mean, but it's against
Peyton Barber's gonna make us all mad.
It's Peyton Barber too, so
that helps no one.
Yeah. Oh shit, I remember that segment.
You said what?
No, back in the day, I used to watch the NFL Fantasy Live.
That's it.
That was like when I first started playing fantasy, like in 2013. I remember that was the only piece of content I was exposed to initially, and they had that segment. What was his name? What's his name? Interviewed him.
Akbar.
Plug got him on the show.
Rank. That helps no one. Or like it would be like Adam Shahir catches a touchdown and you have Gesicki and it's like that helps no one.
That's what happened with Peyton Barber, motherfucker. But Brody Cortez is on a bye, so he ain't worried about that shit.
He ain't worried about it. He breathing.
I'm watching my bros play this week. You feel me?
And you know what, bro? I don't think we see Antonio Gibson for the rest of the year. I think he's done.
Turf toe is tricky, bro. That motherfucker
that shit is serious,
bro. Listen, no lie, bro. I just hit my pinky toe on the couch last night. My toenail been throbbing, bro.
Damn near cried.
Bro, I hit my knee and my toe and 2 on the same day.
Step on a Lego, your shit on fire for 24 hours. Let alone some
man. Hey, I was playing beach volleyball, bro, in the Bahamas, nigga. My toe got stuck in the sand, nigga. I think I broke that bitch and I couldn't even walk. I got the picture to show you, niggas, bro. That shit was not cool, bro.
Hey, let's jump to the Washington and the Niner game. I got a couple questions, man. Who y'all like better, more, Debo or Ayuk? And are they must starts versus the stingy Washington D?
Yeah, they both must starts.
I think they're must starts. If depending on who your other options are, but they're definitely top 24 plays. You know what I mean? They got WR2 floors, and more so. I'm gonna say I like Ayuk better. If I had to choose between the two, just because Ayuk's going to draw the lesser coverage. He's probably going to draw Dunbar. And Dunbar's been good, but You know what I mean? I'm going to go with Ayuk because Ayuk is the more traditional receiver. Obviously, Debo, he's going to get used in different facets. You know what I mean? He's kind of a gadget guy on top of that. But I like Ayuk. He's been steady with Mullins. You know, we've only had a couple game sample size with Debo. You know what I mean? With Mullins,
I got shots downfield with IU. But I'm gonna go Debo, man, and shout out to, like I say, man, I listen to a lot of talk radio while I'm at work or when I'm doing my motherfucking side hustle, and I listen to Rattle and Koski, 3 to 6 p.m. on 1320 out here. You know what I mean? And it was one of they callers, but he shot a little, he shot a stat from Pro Football Focus where Debo, his fucking the attempts, the target yardage was like a -7, right? But his yards after the catch, and he only got like 400. I forgot what it was, but I know that his yards after the catch was like 380 yards, bruh. So when he gets that motherfucking ball in his hands, it's a fucking wrap. And then with Ayukin, he got to go get the ball. You know what I mean? Even though they drawing up shit, and I know last week Shanahan made it a point to get Ayuk in the ball or getting the targets early and often, and he's been getting a lot of downfield targets. But I like Debo, especially when he gets the ball in his hands, though, because he can't be brought down, bro. And I think that Debo will go ahead and kill these Redskins this week. It's just too much for Ayukin to go ahead and get, to try and put something, even though, he has scored. I think he's played 9 games, and started 8 out of the 9, and he got 5 TDs in them 8 games. But I think I like Debo more this week, bro.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I'm not mad at either one of them, though, because I will say, though, I like the under in this game. So, you know what I mean? Like, I like the under in this game. That's, but I usually look at what Vegas has the point total to be, because that'll kind of dictate the way I view, the production on the players in the game. Because I think, actually, honestly, like Debo or Ayuk, I'm gonna say Ayuk got the more receptions and yardage on it, but Debo probably has the better chance of scoring a touchdown when they get in the red. You know what I mean? Because, bro, like you said, you just get the ball in his hands. Ayuk, he's been showing the route running skills. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? Like when they get
damn near like the same player, bro. That's why we taking long on this, because as Niner fans, we love what we have for the future. We just need to get a better fucking quarterback in there. And everybody talking about Matt Ryan. I don't like Matt Ryan for us.
Hey, Matt Ryan looked like
I don't want Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan looked like he got bad.
I like Matt Ryan because of Shanahan.
Yeah, I feel you on that one. Let's stay in this game with Washington, and let's say, is Logan Thomas a must start the rest of the way?
Yeah.
Like, are you moving guys out like Hayden Hurst? Are you moving guys out like let's even say Hunter Henry? You going Logan Thomas over Hunter Henry confidently? What?
This one's kind of tough when you say Hunter Henry, because he's going to play Atlanta. They're one of the worst against the tight end.
Yeah, I was liking Hunter Henry before the New England game. He was on the rise.
Yeah, and
that's an outlier game to me.
But Logan Thomas, though, Logan Thomas goes. It boils down to like the other shit they don't talk about. He's a former quarterback, so and he also played receiver, so he knows exactly where the quarterback would like you to be. Coming out of your breaks, this, that, and the third. But also, historically, Alex Smith looks for his tight end. You know what I mean? Like, and ever since Alex Smith came in there, Logan Thomas has been a boy, and the tight end landscape is so ugly. It's fugly. You know what I mean? That, like, if you have Logan Thomas, you happier than a motherfucker. I'd play Logan Thomas over all those guys, to be honest.
Yeah. I like Thomas. I think we've been on him on a lot of the wire shows, and he's been on the wire for a while, but he shouldn't be back now. He shouldn't be.
Yeah, finally he's not. Like, because he anytime we do, like, wire shows, I'm looking at who's, like, surpassed the 60% threshold, and we won't bring them up. And he was always right under 60. Like, people were just not buying into it. I think
Kurt, I know you've been on Logan Thomas. You like Logan Thomas.
Logan Thomas in a couple of weeks too. I'm fucking with Logan Thomas for sure, especially with Alex in there.
Hey, this question I got next is for JD. I want JD to start this one off. We got a tough matchup.
Wait, hold on. With Logan Thomas too, though, you definitely right. He's a must start, bro. I got him in the motherfucking dynasty league, bro, and I got GKO in that motherfucking league, and I've been all right having Logan Thomas, bro, 100%.
For sure.
And then one more thing though. Motherfucking Debo got 389 yards after the catch, bro. The yak. Debo is killing, bro. Oh my mama,
like a little running back, bro.
He's a running back for sure.
He's a run. He's like having a running back, a wide receiver.
I was trying to find the other stat, but I couldn't pull it up on Fantasy Profiler. I know that bitch is somewhere, man.
I love that with fantasy having Debo. He's really like a running back. JD, this question is for you because, I mean, so the Saints and Phillies D has been very good. And I'm going to put this player in a running back category because even though he's a quarterback, and I'm going to say, who are you more worried about, Taysom Hill or Miles Sanders?
I'm more worried about Miles Sanders, bro. And the cold thing is I got him benched in the AOB, but I had to fire him up in the Ashy because of the motherfucking the boy that just caught COVID in Houston, the running back, motherfucking David Johnson. And Miles Sanders ain't been doing shit, bro. I don't know if he's, because he's been banged up a lot this year. I don't know if it's because of Carson Wentz. I don't know if it's because of the offensive line going into the offseason, coming into the season. They lost one of their top offensive linemen. I can't think of Brad's name, you know what I mean? Just the continuity here. It's just a lot of things with Miles Sanders. And with Taysom going against, they play Philly, right?
Yeah.
The Saints play Philly. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Nah, definitely. I mean, the game that Taysom had last week, I mean, Taysom don't scare me, bro. And I gotta share Mike Thomas in Piggy League, bro, and I'm firing up Mike Thomas with confidence.
Bro, I talked about you. I kind of got on you the other day, like, damn, JD, you not starting your studs. You ain't starting Miles Sanders. You ain't starting CEH. But the fucking
I'm
Saints,
starting CEH.
The Saints are the best run D in the league. So I just heard.
So like I said, I listened to a lot of talk radio while I'm at work, right? So another stat is that the motherfucking Saints have only allowed 2 TDs in the last 4 games, I think it was, and they have 9 turnovers as a defense in the last 5 games or some shit like that.
No, and I'm playing against them. Oh, playing against the Saints tomorrow.
Saints been killing, bro. I don't
saying, bro.
Yeah.
So you playing CEH over Antonio Brown, right?
Yeah, I play
I have so in the AOB I have CEH and Kareem Hunt. And no, I had
you played Harris.
I had motherfucking Damian Harris and Hunt in as right now. But in motherfucking Ashy, I got CEH.
AOB. Are you playing CEH over AB? Please tell me you are.
It's still up in the air right now, but I got CEH.
Is Mike Evans in or out of this game? Because he
practiced full on Thursday, so I'm pretty sure he's gonna play.
You know what? I think that's the true definition of too many mouths to feed. But it's crazy because they've been trying to actively get it to Antonio Brown, and this is the Minnesota Vikings secondary that you want to start your guys against that secondary because they suck. But the one thing is I think that bye week came at the best time for the Bucs, so they can kind of get their shit together. You know what I mean?
67 complete run carry percentage against Miami. They're 67% in their CEH. This is. I'm gonna go CEH because I'm gonna go CEH on that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the guaranteed touches and connected to the offense that's been proven right now.
Real quick though, Kurt, you worry more about Taysom Hill or Miles Sanders?
Probably Sanders this week.
Sanders.
I'm going with y'all.
Darius Slay been getting got every week too. So Mike Thomas is probably gonna eat here. You know what I mean? And I think we might see Taysom Hill passing the ball more in this game, might see less rush attempts than we've been seeing him in the sample size that we've got from him so far.
I think this is a big
Eagles,
Kamara and Murray game. I just feel like I know Philly is like one like maybe top 4 against the run.
Against the run.
But with Hurts, like I'm not buying into that. I don't think he's just about to make them click like that. I think the Saints are hungry.
Listen, that line is still the same.
Bro.
The offensive line is still the same.
Bro. If you tell me he's gonna run a little more, then okay, that's the only thing that's gonna make it better over there. But I want to talk about another game because we're getting through the lightning round here, and you know, like I said, man, it's getting late. People still need to watch this. I know y'all need to get your nappy nap, your sleepy sleep, man. You know, it come 5 o'clock. Oh, you ain't working tomorrow, JD, so you good. But now let's get into this one because this is a good one. Whose matchup is better in this one, Herbert or Matt Ryan?
Herbert.
I like Herbert better than Matt Ryan because Julio Jones
both have been going crazy lately.
Yeah,
both have been on that ass lately.
Falcons D been playing good. They pass rush been good, but I'm going with Herbert right here. I'm going with Herbert with the bounce back. Yeah, Falcons D been good, but I don't like their offense without Julio. He's already ruled out. Give me Herbert all day. I'm loving Herbert's matchup in this.
Yeah, I'm loving it. The Falcons don't scare me at all. I know that I guess they've been playing well, but I gotta go with Herbert in the back end with Keenan Allen.
There's kind of a trend here too. The one thing I worry about is
fantasy points. They give up the most fantasy points to quarterbacks over the whole year.
I was just about to say that. That's been the trend. So you know, as much as Raheem Morris has turned their run defense around. Because you know they've been fairly hard to run on, but the pass catching running back's still eating. So you know what I mean. And that's Eckler.
Motherfucking Eckler's first game back was 11. He had 11 receptions though, bro.
Yeah, 15
so it's
targets.
just not what Keenan Allen brings. It's what Eckler gonna bring to the table. It's what Mike Williams is gonna bring to the table. It's, we talked about Hunter Henry earlier. You know what I mean? I think I like the weapons more with LA than what I do with Atlanta, especially when not Julio playing, because Julio benefits everybody else on that offense. You know what I mean? And
so assuming T. Higgins plays, this falls into that Mike Williams. Are you comfortable with Mike Williams or T. Higgins? I'm gonna go Mike Williams.
I can make a case for Mike Williams just based on, you know, especially he's playing with his starting quarterback and T. Higgins is playing with I don't even know what that motherfucking Allen is. Brian Allen is. He's the second, or you know what I mean. So yeah, I like Mike Williams for sure.
Champ, answer this one for me. Pick 2 wide receivers, running backs in the flex. Mostert, Taylor, Gallman, McKissick, Charks, Debo, Hilton. God damn, your team is deep. I'm gonna go with you said 2 running backs in the flex. I'm going with Gallman and McKissick. Oh, shit, Taylor. Fuck. I'm going with Taylor and McKissick, Debo, and Hilton.
I'm going all the running back. I'm going Taylor, Gallman, McKissick.
I'm going Taylor, Gallman. I'm going Taylor, McKissick, and Debo right here.
No, yeah, Gallman, Taylor, and McKissick.
So we got a lot of Gallman.
And then the cool thing is, I would say Mostert, but the Niners didn't give Mostert a lot of touches last week. I don't know if it was because it was, you know, one of the first games back off that injury. But, you know, I mean, the way that we seen Mostert run the ball in the past, you know, I mean, you would think that Mostert would be able to do something against Washington. But, I mean,
Washington defense tough, and it's a lot of mouths to feed over there now. Guys getting healthy. So that's kind of
I feel it. But no, Taylor, Gallman, and McKissick. I'm on Brody's level too.
Who do you trust more, Tanyan versus the Lions or Henry versus the Falcons? I'm gonna go Henry versus the Falcons. I think all boards are on deck this week with Herbert getting shut down by New England last week. You know, I hate Anthony Lynn, so that means I think that the Chargers are gonna be playing from behind a little bit against the Falcons, even though I don't like the Falcons. So I'm going to go Henry right here.
I'm going to go Tanyan. I think Tanyan can sneak in the end zone. If he gets a touchdown and with a few more receptions, he can get a 12 to 13 easily.
Yeah,
He
I
tied
like
with the
Tanyan.
league.
Rogers throws a touchdown. It's going to be the Tanyan or Adams.
Yeah, he tied with the league lead for touchdown receptions for the tight end. And Hunter Henry, here's the thing: like, even though it's the phenomenal matchup against the tight end, like it's a tight end's dream matchup against the Falcons. Man, there is no yak for Hunter Henry. He catches the ball,
None at all.
and
He catches it and falls down.
It falls down, so he needs to catch it in the end zone. And the likelihood, if you think about Matt LaFleur's system, it's a Shanahan ripoff. You know what I mean? Because he obviously is a Shanahan disciple. A lot of motions before the snap. You know what I mean? And they scheme for the tight end. You know what I mean? I'm not saying he's Kittle, but he is Kittle in that system. I probably lean Tanyan. I'm going NBA Jam rules. You know what I mean? He's been the one.
He's on fire.
Yeah, so I'd lean towards Tanyan there. I think he's the number 4 tight end, number 3 tight end overall right now too. He's probably one of the waiver wire, like, while the Jonnu Smiths of the world, it started to fizzle out, and the Hayden Hurst never really manifested, and the Hunter Henry's, never really manifested.
I'm gonna give it to you like this. Then
Robert Tonyan he's been the waiver wire guy at the tight end position.
Logan Thomas or Tonyan?
I go Logan Thomas still there.
Logan.
So you ain't. Hey, look, you was on Tonyan and you switched quick to Logan.
No,
boy.
but I mean, just based on what I know, what Alex Smith is going to continue to feed him, though, without a doubt. I think it's more opportunity
this week. Tanyan.
I play against Tonyan too, man. I'm
They
sad.
playing against the Niners this week. I don't know.
And I got Logan Thomas. Like I said, I got Logan Thomas as my starting tight end over George Kittle, because George Kittle went down, and I've been firing up ever since in the fucking Dynasty League, bro.
I'm with you on that. Let me ask y'all about this one. Pitt and Buffalo. Is there anyone you're worried about in this game? And I'm talking about the studs. I'm talking about the Diggs. I'm talking about the Claypools. I'm talking about the Deontay Johnsons. I'm talking about the Jujus. I'm talking about the Beasleys. I'm talking about the Singletary.
Just Zach Moss. I mean, Zach Moss of how he played against the Niners. After we seen him we were doing our Monday show over there in the studio, and we seen Zach Moss fumble that ball. It just came right out. You know what I mean? And after that, we seen nothing but Singletary. So other than that, that's the only person I'm worried about on both sides of the field, except for the running back for the Pittsburgh Steelers, Connor. I don't know about Connor, bro. That's the only thing. I mean, we've been seeing Big Ben slaying that bitch all over the field. I just don't know if Connor is ready to go. But they need Connor, though. They definitely need Connor, bro. Without a doubt, they need to get that run game established, bro. 100%.
Don't care about running. I think that was perfect. I'm worried about Connor the most. I'm
worried about both of them, and then I'll add on. I'm worried about Juju if he got to go see T. White over there. So them the guys I'm worried about. I'm with y'all.
Yeah,
Bogard scared. He fuck with Tre'Davious, man. He ain't, and Beasley and Diggs. I mean, we talked about Beasley. We not worried about Beasley, right? We running with him.
No, I definitely am.
Leagues if I had them.
Let's jump into another game, and it's a question, the same type of question. Ravens in Cleveland. Who are you worried about? Are you worried about the Chubbs? Are you worried about the Hunts? Are you worried about the Landrys? Are you worried about Mark Andrews? Are you worried about Lamar? Who you got?
I'm worried about Hunt just based on, like I said, I got him. It's either him or CEH. And the touches have been there for Hunt. He just hasn't got end zone on everything. So yeah, I'm definitely worried about Hunt.
Cleveland got embarrassed by Baltimore the first game of the season. This is a new Cleveland team, and this is a different Baltimore team. I think Cleveland last week was a statement game, and this week is even more of a statement game right here. This game right here. I think, and I'm not just saying this, I'm biased, but I like Hunt more than Chubb this game.
I don't know about that.
What reasoning?
Huh?
What reasoning?
He got held to 6 points when they play week 1. They shut that boy down.
No, I think Chubb is the end all be all with their offense. He's the one that gets their offense going. Everything is predicated off that run game. You know what I mean? And Chubb is what the run game is over there. You know what I mean? He's that 30 attempt guy. You know what I mean? With him breaking off 4 yards per carry and shit like that. And he's going to be able to do it against them. I don't see Baltimore shutting him down. You know what I mean? And then you come in with with Hunt, with the change of pace and all that. You know, I don't think it's the other way around. I think Chubb is the guy. You know what I mean? So I'm not scared of Chubb in this situation. I'm scared of Hunt in this situation just based on he's been unlucky. You know? And I banked a lot of motherfucking fantasy points on Hunt this whole season.
Yeah, nah, I'm with y'all on that. I mean, on the flip side, who scores more, Cleveland D or Baltimore D? We talk about how Cleveland D's been getting healthy and they still been holding on. You know what I mean? Baltimore, they force a lot of turnovers, but they don't get a lot of sacks. In a game that I think is going to be a real run heavy with, like I say, Chubb and Hunt. I kind of like Cleveland's defense right here. That might be a sneaky play on DraftKings and shit.
Who scores more? Yeah. Cleveland? I mean, shit, I don't know, bro.
In Cleveland.
I'll probably say Cleveland D because I'm kind of worried about Lamar Jackson. So I'll probably say Cleveland D. It's kind of a toss-up, though. I don't know. That's a tough question. Hopefully you don't got to pick between those.
Right, 100%. That is a damn sure tough question. And I'm going Hockenson right here, bro.
Andrews or Hockenson, pick one. This is a wood question right here.
I'm going Hockenson because Andrew's coming off the COVID, so I don't know how.
Is Kenny G back though? I seen some shit saying that Galladay might play.
He should be back this week.
Galladay not playing. He's not playing.
He's not playing.
He's already been ruled out.
And I'm definitely going with Hockenson.
He's already been ruled out. Yeah, I'm gonna go Hockenson right here. I'm gonna definitely go Hockenson right here. Andrews or Hockenson, Bogey? Who you got, man?
I go Hockenson. Andrews. I don't really, Andrews. Do we know his practice reports? Because I know he's off the COVID, but
yeah,
because
I don't know. That's why I'm going Hockenson. I don't know. I don't trust it right now.
Because he's a diabetic too. You know what I mean? Where it's like these pre-existing medical conditions. That's where that's what they all told us in the beginning, right? When COVID first hit, they were like, it's going to hit people with pre-existing medical conditions harder, and diabetes was one of the ones at the top of the list. And Mark Andrews got diabetes, so I mean, it really sucks though, because if he was fully healthy, I would go Andrews here because they just historically, maybe not this year so much, but historically the Browns, they give it up to the tight end. You know what I mean?
JD, this is in your matchup in the playoffs. Who would you rather start, Andrews or Hockenson? We're gonna throw it like that.
I would rather start. I don't give a fuck who you start. Fuck him. 100%.
Hey, last question of the night. Unless we get some more questions in the comments, the last question of the night goes with people who probably in this situation are waiting for Kareem Hunt to come back. Are you going with J.K. Dobbins or Kareem Hunt?
Dobbins right now, if I got him.
Yeah, Dobbins.
Just based on that Dallas game, that was in one of his breakout games, bro. On everything, Dobbins is.
Kareem Hunt just in that slump before. I'm a baseball guy. I know a slump when I see one, so I'm messing with Dobbins.
I'm probably gonna lean towards Dobbins, but the thing with Kareem Hunt is, you know what I mean, like. I feel like this is gonna be.
He is due.
Yeah, and this is a statement game right here for the Browns because they played the Ravens week 1, and that was when Stefanski was trying to get it all together. You know what I mean? As a rookie head coach, and I feel like both of these running backs should get a lot of work. And if Jackson, if Jackson can get it together, and Baltimore gets it together on offense, and it is a game the Browns are playing from behind, then we'll see Kareem Hunt get more pass catching work. But having less than 4 targets in the last month, that's not good. You know what I mean? So I'm just gonna lean with the recency bias and go with J.K. Dobbins.
I'm gonna go Kareem Hunt right here. I don't think necessarily. I actually like Cleveland to be up this game and run with Hunt and Chubb. To be honest, I don't think. I think Baltimore is set up to fail this game. I don't know who's favored in this game, but man, I'm not a doo-doo Browns believer, but I'm starting to be. I'm starting to be with Stefanski. Is definitely showing me a lot. I mean, it's kind of just starting to come together over there. Like I really don't know what else to say. What y'all think?
I mean, they a 9-3 team for a reason, though.
Yeah,
Definitely a 9-3.
I mean,
that's what I'm
they-
saying. Like this is
Yeah, I like
a statement game. If the Browns, if they win this, it's really a statement because this is the time to beat the Ravens. The Ravens, they haven't looked good on offense all year, and then even if they look good playing the Cowboys defense, that's the Cowboys defense. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, this is it's hard to disagree with you if they're gonna run the ball like 30 plus times. You know what I mean? To keep Jackson and them off the field, that means Kareem Hunt's gonna get a ton of work, but. I still kind of like Dobbins in that sense too, then, because if they're playing from behind and they're gonna have to dump it down, that's gonna be Dobbins.
That's why I like Dobbins.
Yeah.
Hey, so look, let me ask y'all this, right? The show is concluded. It's 8:30 at night. Y'all gonna wake up tomorrow, and you probably gonna go to sleep thinking about your matchup. I'm gonna go around and I'm gonna start with JD. Except this is all leagues involved, not just AOB. Do you guys have a heart to start? And be honest with the people.
I got one.
Be honest with the people, though. You know what I mean? And we want to know what you did. You know what I mean? I go with you, Bogey. You started off.
All right, man. I was talking about this off air. Like I did the thing where I had Cam Akers in, and on a Thursday night show we did, I ended up getting some of my colleagues that I really respect a lot, you know what I mean? There was like, man, you're kind of crazy for that. Can you trust that? And I was like, and they asked me a question, do I feel comfortable with starting Cam Akers? And I'm like, not really. And then, I ended up not going with them. So now I'm trying to chase that. And my options are Mike Pittman Jr., Gabe Davis, and the newly acquired DeAndre Washington. And I don't know what the fuck.
You didn't start Cam Akers over them?
Listen, bro, Cam, I'll tell you my thought process.
Heart to start. That's a heart to start.
Yeah, bro.
That's smart to start right there.
And you know what's
too
crazy
smart to start.
That's the show.
Yeah, bro. I did it to myself on that one. And here's the thing too is I had the analysis correct on the show, but the one thing that it was like if that game was on a Sunday, there's no way I'm not starting Cam Akers. The short week really got me. I was in fear of putting in a guy that's going to put up 7-8 points. Shanahan been.
What my motto is.
My been
sound like an MOP.
Hey, we call the MOP Master of Panic, right? So look, this is what we say about those Thursday games, Bogey. I don't know if they agree with this, but if my player goes crazy on a Thursday, I'll tell my opponent this to make him feel good. If my opponent player goes crazy on a Thursday, I'll tell him this to make him think I'm not worried. I've never seen a game lost and won on a Thursday. I haven't seen it happen.
That shit happened last Thursday, bro. I said it was over, or 2 Thursdays ago. That shit was over.
Sometimes it happens like that, but not all the time.
I'll say mine. I got one in the Ashy. I got Ayuk, Hunt, or Higgins for the flex, and I'm going Ayuk.
Higgins is the easy because he's banged up, so he might not.
And the quarterback. So
who was the other one?
My running back who I'm kicking out Hunt really is Cook and Rojo. Got to start Cook, but so that's kind of a hard to start there. Rojo or Hunt. I'm going Rojo, and in the flex, I'm going Ayuk over Hunt. So I'm just Hunt on the bench, just period all week this week. The whole.
Ooh, so you said you going Ayuk over
Hunt,
Kareem
and
Hunt
over Goddard too.
I mean Kareem Hunt. I can see why you going Ayuk, but man, hey Bogard. So I that's JD league right there. I got a bye and Kurt on my side of the bracket, so I hope you make the wrong one, Jack. But as far as the quarterbacks. You said Carr. I mean, that's an easy choice. You got to go Matt Ryan. I know you hate to start Matt Ryan with no Julio, though. I know you hate it.
I fucking hate it.
Who's on the wire? You got the heart to grab somebody off the wire?
I really ain't been tripping because I ain't got.
Phillip Rivers on the wire. You ain't grabbing Rivers?
But the reason it's been fucking me up in leagues is because I ain't been making no moves in AOB. I'm on train, just I ain't got no moves.
You ain't picking Rivers up and playing Rivers over
He not even a free agent. Chill.
Yes, he is. Okay, he on the waiver. I might gotta grab him. Let me go grab you. So you gotta play Matt Ryan. I'm high on the waiver.
Go ahead. That's
why you go grab him. I don't even got a backup quarterback. Ooh, I don't even got a backup quarterback.
That boy, look at him.
Let me put my waiver in now.
Scared. Go ahead.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Even like someone like Baker's like he might, Baker might surprise some people this
Go
week.
ahead, put your waiver in because you ain't gonna win it. Go ahead, you do all that for nothing.
My waiver number 5, I gotta buy. Yeah, I'm putting in my waiver. I'm fucking.
How you gonna get it? What's my
play
waiver?
Matt Ryan, motherfucker. That's
What's my waiver? What's my waiver? Go look.
This shit get real, man. It's the hard. Your waiver higher.
Oh, listen. What's your waiver? Then go look at mine.
Okay, you hire. Well, you better use it on him because I'm putting my claim in. So you better. You don't think you gonna be up at midnight.
Call somebody's bluff right now, bro.
Hey, don't think you gonna be up at midnight. I drop my kicker right now, bro. Keep playing.
What you gotta do? You go.
If put it in.
You gotta go have them,
bro. Fuck you.
If you don't want them, if I don't want you to have them, you ain't gonna have them. How about that?
You better put the waiver in, nigga. Hey, I just clicked it, man. JD, you got a heart to start, bro?
Yeah. So in the ALB, I got AB, I got CH, and I got Miles. I mean, well, I do got Miles Sanders, but I ain't firing at Miles Sanders, and I got Kareem Hunt. So I got one running back spot open, and I got one flex spot open. You know what I mean? And as of right now, I'm going
this nigga to take AB out, man.
Damn, you know what's crazy?
Is AB or Hunt? Who is it? AB or who?
No,
AB or CH.
Well, it's all 3 of them because I got 2 running backs fighting for one running back spot, and then I got the flex. So I can either go 2 running backs with either CH or Hunt.
I'm going to Hunt and the CH there. But then again, too, man, that's such a juicy matchup for AB. Like that's why I asked earlier what's Mike Evans' status, because if Mike Evans is out, then Chris Godwin and AB they're gonna get a little bit of uptick, especially in the red zone, because Mike Evans is he's the third down look. He's a possession look and a red zone look.
Guy,
yeah, you know what I mean. So, and because Godwin could be a red zone guy, you know what I mean. But when you have Mike Evans there, or maybe even Gronk fucks it up. I mean, there's way too many mouths to feed. It's kind of hard to pinpoint. And I will say in my rankings this week, I did have Chris Godwin the highest just because he's the guy that
That don't mean it's gonna be there all night.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like.
No, definitely. Oh, I got another one too, though.
I just claimed Phillip Rivers, y'all. Let's see if Kurt uses waiver spot. We're gonna find out at midnight, man. What you saying, JD?
No, I also got Samuel in the Ashy, and so I had to fire up motherfucking Miles Sanders because David Johnson went down. I got CH and Miles Sanders going. I had Miles Sanders bench, but I got Deontay, AB, and Pittman. But I also got Curtis Samuel sitting on the bench too, though. So I could throw Curtis Samuel in my flex over Mike Pittman. You know what I mean? But I like Pittman this week too, though. So
I really like Pittman too. He's had a floor of 5 targets a game since he started getting, and he's been playing all the snaps. The one thing is is the game script going to be there where they need to be throwing the ball? Like, I don't trust Derek Carr to be good. I don't think he's good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that defense is really good. So that's because I'm trying to figure out my Mike. Like, I'm thinking about Mike Pittman or DeAndre Washington or Gabe Davis, and I'm kind of leaning towards Gabe Davis.
You got to go Pittman, bro. I think
I got Pittman
the fact
in there
that
right
Hilton
now.
just went crazy the last few weeks. I think it could be a Pittman game, honestly.
Yeah, because then the defensive coordinator is going to be like, all right, we need a game plan for Hilton. The only and even though Gabe Davis, he's the third option on that team. And, he's only been averaging 4 targets a game, but I think with Josh Allen throwing the ball 40 times a game, and the Steelers defense, it's name brand right now. Their secondary first of all, their defense has been good all year, but their secondary has been their weak spot all year before, their front seven started getting banged up. Because listen, Darius Slayton, week 1, he went off 2 touchdowns. You know what I mean? Travis Fulgham went off on them. Like, a bunch of these no-name guys, like motherfuckers. Even last week they shut down, or they didn't really shut them down, but they limited as fuck Terry McLaurin. But then Cam Sims went off nasty. You know what I mean? So
yeah, it's fucked up, man. This playoff talk, bro, really have a nigga thinking, going to sleep, waking up. We used to have this mean you wake up and
hey, listen,
everywhere, you don't know who to play and shit.
I woke up 5 a.m. off of drinking the entirety.
Like is it 9 yet?
I woke up 5 a.m. on Friday morning because I was so distraught off of fucking I was drinking, throughout the course of the game and the pregame show that we do, and because I was watching Cam Akers go off, and I'm like, and I'm texting the homies from the Rumboyz. I'm like, man, y'all, I respect the hell out of y'all. I had the right play, and y'all know I work with Robbie. Y'all know Robbie. Like, I'm talking to Cam Akers shit on the show, and I'm making my case. And he's like, no, who would do that? No, who would do that? And I'm like, damn, what am I gonna do? And it fucked me up, bro. Like, and it's a $500 league. It's my keeper league. $500. Like, I've lost the Super Bowl to Steamboat 2 years in a row. He's the 2nd seed right now, so he got the bye week, and he's talking this shit like, listen, it's destiny. We going to 3-peat on you again. And I'm like, no, it's destiny. I'm gonna break the streak. But I'm like, damn, like that Cam Akers thing. I'm like, now I'm really looking at it like, all right, fantasy gods, if this is destiny, I'm gonna get to the next round somehow. You know what I mean?
That's right.
That's how I'm looking at it. Like, but I'm like, damn it. Like when I read that Myles Gaskin thing today, and I'm like, I swooped up DeAndre Washington. And I'm like, damn, this might be like me just fucking my shit up some more if I throw this man in there. I got Pittman Jr. in there right now. You know what I mean? And I like that it's a 1:00 game because I'm not. I picked up the Washington thing just because my opponent has Gaskins. You know what I mean? So I kind of did that just to block, but you know what I mean? But you know what I mean? It's crazy.
Bro, my only Heart2Starts, I told y'all my scenario. I damn near have to play Edmonds because unless they say Jacobs is a full go in the morning, I can't chance playing Jacobs. But it's crazy because my real Heart2Start besides the ones I told y'all is Arizona's D and the Giants D and Baltimore's D. I'm really leaning towards playing the Giants D because of those guaranteed sacks. You know what I mean? But this shit crazy, man. Look, Bogard, bro. This is only week 1 of the playoffs. So, if you need one of us to come fuck with you, man, let me know. We definitely doing this next week. Same time, maybe even a little earlier so we can give people a full day to prep.
And I got JD in the Dynasty in the playoffs.
Y'all play? See, it's playoffs going. Hey, you know what? Hey, Bogard, Heart2Start, we all been doing our thing in the leagues. Every league I'm with y'all, bro. And even if I didn't get in one of the leagues I'm in with y'all, it was still like the last week. Like that shit was crazy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But
I got mathematically eliminated last minute too, and a lot of the joints, man. Like I made 3 out of 13.
Dirty in the Heart2Start league.
I'm only in 3 out of 13 leagues in a dance. You know what I'm saying? But I will say this, man. I'm cutting that thing down to like 7 leagues next year.
That's exactly what I'm in. Is in 7, bro, and I made the Austin 6 out of 7, bro.
Ooh.
Besides the dynasty, I didn't make the playoffs in 2 dynasty leagues, but it's set up to where you have to win the consolation to get the first pick to get a higher pick. So I'm definitely still playing, but at 5 out of 9 leagues, I made the playoffs. I'm pretty happy with that. We got a question on the way out. In PPR, do I start D-Hop, A-Rob, or A.J. Brown this week?
Damn,
man, in that situation, that's actually fucking tough right there. I'm going to go D-Hop, though. I'm going to go D-Hop. That's a crazy
I like Hop, too, though.
I
like
or your other running backs. God damn, that's crazy. Your team is deep.
You mean his receivers? Because
who your other receivers that you playing in?
Because I like A-Rob like shit against Houston here, and like I like those are 3 guys who are supposed to be playing all 3 of them.
Yeah, without a doubt.
He's gonna fuck around and be like, I got Tyreek Hill and I got fucking
Right,
like,
on everything.
That sounds like an 8-team league right there.
An 8-team league, bruh.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm definitely going Hopkins too, though, bruh.
Yeah, I gotta go with Hopkins, man. That's Luke Skywalker, bro. He got the Force.
I mean, but A-Rob though, man. I mean, he's a fucking beast, though, bro. And Mitch being back under center, bro, he's force feeding
around, getting out there, not just sitting there.
And you know why A-Rob is so dope? And it don't matter who's throwing him the ball because that's been his entirety of his career.
Dude, you damn right. With him in Jacksonville, you damn right.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Hey, well, look, I'm gonna say this, man. We gonna tap in with y'all. We want y'all to hit us in the comments, hit us in the. Oh, he said it's only 18.
Damn, he got DK and Ridley.
Yeah, he got Ridley. Actually, I would say play D-Hop, A-Rob, and DK and sit Ridley out with no Julio. I'm gonna sit Ridley out this one.
Yeah, because that means Casey Hayward's gonna be on Ridley, and Casey Hayward's a dog.
Yeah, I'm gonna go DK, D-Hop, and bench Ridley. And if you could play A-Rob in there instead of Ridley, I would do that. I would do that for sure. Definitely gotta take him out. But like I said, man, it's the playoffs, man. We want y'all to tap in with us and let us know how y'all went this week, whether it's Twitter, whether it's Instagram. Brody Cortez, get at him on Twitter. He's on there all football Sunday, baseball season coming, Warrior season coming. He tapped in. Guccini JD, the hardest working man. He got 2 businesses, a job, and a podcast. You know what I mean? He going crazy. Yeah. He look tired right now, but you can believe he'll be up ready for football.
Your mama's favorite fantasy
analyst, favorite fantasy analyst. He's checking the analytics and the age numbers is going up. Mr. Steal Your Grandma in about 15, 20 years.
What
in about 20 years, bro, Mr. Steal Your Grandma is going up. We're going to be doing this shit for a long time. We're going to be on this motherfucker talking about, hey, young whippersnapper, you sure you didn't play that, boy? You should have played that, boy, bro.
That boy's good.
About 20 years, bro. You know, hey, Bogard, tell them where to find you, bro. Please.
Hey, you could find me at the GMM Network on both IG and Twitter. I got IG legs more than Twitter, so you'll fuck with me on the IG at the GMM Network and subscribe to me at YouTube/the GMM Network. Hey,
Bogard is a regular on here. You know you're gonna check him. We gonna be fucking with him. We always tap in with each other. JD, you got something to say on the way out, man? Playoff season, man.
I'm not checking for nobody, grandpa. Or grandma.
No, I said in about 20 years you'll be Mr. Steal Your Grandma. You know, the fans still gonna be watching. Hey, look, y'all check out our intro and our outro. Shout out to KomplicatedKy. He couldn't make it here. It was my fault. Shout out to Robbie, the hardest working man. He was supposed to be able to come, but he couldn't make it because he had some shit. But he's always ready and fucking with us. Hey, matter of fact, y'all fuck with the Rumboyz Network in the morning. That's how I wake up my Sunday mornings. They active in the chat, just like us. It's
check
the
us
same.
Out, tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock a.m. PT. You know what I mean? 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern.
Kurt's sleeping through this week with that bye week, man. Hey, y'all check the outro on the way out, man. That's bye week Kurt right there.
Saying no. Niggas on home, nigga. Yeah. Fuck what a nigga say, I feel like Dre. Man, the game is sick. Suckers wanna play and load my K until that bitch click. Big stick, hanging out the bottom of my 4-5. No lie, if I whip it out, somebody gon' die. Only time you hard is on the gram when you go live. Flexing with a tube but never blam, I'ma blow mine. Won't show mine until it's go time. Nah, you can't hold mine. Yeah, I got the whole mine, I'm on the goal line. And I'm going for 6, watch me up the scope. Caught him at the stove, he was with his hoe. Had to let him know, that's your ass, you don't get it past. You reap what you sow. Why you speaking low? Speak up, boy, you been a hoe. Boy, you been a bitch, get off dick, tryna steal my drip. Look up in the air, you see me, I'm fly as bird shit. Never on no nerd shit, why you on that lame shit? You don't want no smoke, you get smoke with who you hang with. You know what I'm saying? Lame ass niggas talking about they in some gang shit. Nigga, you's a bitch, nigga. Matter of fact, nigga, you's a hoe. Nah, you ain't no hoe, cause hoes get dope.